Tonight, Colin thinks that football will be the most popular sport in America, well, forever. Me and Matt have other ideas. For our movie this week, we discuss the 2001 classic Black Hawk Down. Finally, we discuss how Father Time affects us all and our top 5 signs that you're getting older. All that and more tonight on the Lazy Dog Cast. Welcome back, everyone. Episode 7 of the Lazy Dog Cast.
Lazy dogs.
We're here. Back. The haters said we wouldn't be here, but we're here.
They did.
We have haters.
The haters.
Hey, that's how you know you're breaking into the seams. The haters are coming.
7. How many haters do we got?
Haters are my motivators.
Yeah.
And then I mute them. After they motivate me, I mute the haters.
There you go.
All right. All right.
We're going to get more haters.
I'm
Yeah.
done with
That's
this.
a great
Dude.
one.
Yeah.
We just
I
invited
can't
the
do
snakes
this.
into the den, dude, on that one.
Dude, they're going to roast you for that comment,
gonna-
and they're going to roast Ainer for his Goodwill jersey, his Mighty Ducks take.
Nostalgic, dude.
I like the jersey.
Thank
I'm
you.
not a jersey guy, though.
It's a throwback to episode 1.
Yeah. Bringing her back, man.
Episode 1.
Who is it on the back?
Porter. one of
I know the
Bash
name on the
brothers.
front of the jersey is more important than the name on the back, but
Sure.
Porter?
One of the two Bash brothers.
Is he the piggy-looking one,
I
or is he
believe.
the other one?
Piggy, what do you mean?
Like one of the guys had like a kind of a piggy nose.
Oh, yeah, he's the dude with like that bandana.
I thought they both had bandanas.
Later on, he was the first one with the bandana.
I like when they get in the fight and he like has his pads off.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Great movies. Great movies.
I know, man. I'll have to buy you guys one for Christmas. Who you want, man? You want?
I don't.
I don't want one.
I don't. Save your money.
All right.
Buy your kid something.
Thanks, though.
All right, man.
Thanks.
That's all right. We'll give you something else.
Thanks.
Maybe a big green jersey.
I don't want any jerseys.
I don't like jerseys either, actually. I don't have
Why?
jerseys.
And I've heard Dave's take on this before, and I don't like jerseys for different reasons, but his take is a great reason to not wear jerseys.
Yeah, I don't buy jerseys because players they get traded. Almost all, especially nowadays. People are getting traded left and right. I don't want to be having a jersey of Juju Smith-Schuster, for example,
Aaron Hernandez.
and he's on other teams. Or, exactly, great point, or they do something crazy like that, and you have their jersey. Like,
Dude,
you don't want that either.
You know what jerseys?
So-
I'm with you on this track, but you know what jerseys are crazy. So we were at the Oklahoma City Thunder game like a month ago,
Mm.
and when their pro shop, like basketball jerseys are wild, bro.
Mm.
Like they had jerseys in there for 160, 170 bucks for a basketball jersey.
Yeah.
And you know how those go. They wear 15 different ones throughout
They
a
do.
season, and you may not ever see one of those again, like the city version. So you're buying and you can buy kids jerseys for over $100
yeah.
for basketball. Like
Or
that
you-
blew my mind.
Or you can just not buy the jerseys.
I didn't.
Perfect.
they didn't catch me, man.
Perfect,
They
dude.
didn't catch me slipping.
If you roll up in a basketball jersey ever to anything I'm at, I'm gonna instantly ask what frat you're rushing. That I feel like is a staple now amongst all the frat boys across the country.
Do you remember that one jersey I got off eBay? I thought it was cool. And then, Ashley showed you. And, I was a little vulnerable. And you told me it wasn't cool. And basically gave me that same take.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good for me. Good
Yeah.
for me.
And then I went inside and just kind of, sat there for a while and looked out the window. And
Did you eBay it?
now I still got it in my, I'm like, oh man, that's cool. But now I can't wear it around my friends.
That's funny. So Colin had a take the other day that we're going to get into because it needs to be discussed. What was your take?
It's gonna get hot. You lead into it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we were talking about something about baseball. That's what it was. Baseball being
Sure.
like America's pastime,
Yes.
but it's the past, right? Like nobody's like, oh, baseball's the most popular sport now,
right.
right? It's definitely football in the United States, at least, easily.
100.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt asked the question like, oh, when do you think or what will surpass football? And like, when will that happen to football? Where football
Sure.
will be the pastime and not the present. Kind of
Yeah,
like
and
baseball
basically
is.
I was saying, if you follow the track of baseball or just, our country in general, like things that we're interested in, horse racing, boxing, baseball,
Mm.
all of those things have gone, slowly on a decline. And obviously the NFL came in and where it's at, and it's king, but it's not going to be king forever, was what I was saying. And so whether it's 50 years from now, 100 years, because you'd say baseball is 70, 60 years removed from being the most popular sport in our country. Say that
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but yeah.
So 70 or 60, 100 years from now is football reign supreme, the NFL. College.
And I said, absolutely.
And I struggle with that because I just that far out in the future, there's so many variables that could topple it, right? Somebody gets killed on the field, DeMar Hamlin. People start studying more about brain injuries, the safety aspect, all these things. There's litigation. Football almost went away when I don't remember the year it is now, the 20s, 10, like there was a president that came in and saved it. Dave will research
in like
this later.
1920s. Is that what you're saying?
So the invention, actually, I wish I knew more about this subject to sound more informed.
Yeah.
But essentially, at one point, football, there was people dying because basically it was rugby without, certain aspects of rugby. It was just people in a line pushing each other, trying to gain yards. People were dying because they weren't wearing helmets from head injuries. And then it got to the point where people tried to outlaw it. One of their presidents stepped in. They came up with a forward pass. They spread things out more to where it was less, combative or whatever.
So you're saying it evolved?
Yes. As a literal U.S. president stepped in to save it because he, used to play it and didn't want it to go away. So what's to stopping that from happening?
It will continue evolving, and it will always reign king. We saw a guy die on the field not too long ago, and NFL football, if on a chart, is up and to the right, money-wise, viewership-wise, everything.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever touch it.
But to say
what will touch
so
it? What
definitive,
will,
though.
What will touch it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But something will.
Nothing will.
There's no way.
Drone racing?
Sure. Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Dude, no.
Maybe there's robots or something that come in and they start doing stuff.
Not a chance.
No,
because it with robots, any of that stuff, you don't have the passion, you don't have the blood, sweat, guts, all that stuff that goes into it. The gladiator type atmosphere that these guys that we tune in to see.
Yeah.
That's never gonna go away.
But to say never is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because 500 years from now.
Sure, dude. If America exists, football will always reign king. So I will give you, when America is toppled, that's when football will no longer be king.
Wow.
That's when it'll happen.
But as long as there's America, football will be the most popular sport
in America. 100%.
Dude, if you say America on that one more time, I think you could run for governor or something.
Dude, that's state law. I don't know.
I mean, obviously it's predicting the future. So we're just saying, what are the odds? Right. Because we can't have exactly.
All right. If this is what are the odds? The odds of America reigning supreme until America topples, plus 100.
Okay.
Which is it's.
I think if anybody throughout history said exactly what you're saying about pretty much anything,
yes,
they'd be wrong. So the fact that this is no different.
Yeah, but football is different.
No, it's not.
It's not
best, different. Dude. Baseball was when baseball was at its height. I'm sure there are people this is the best sport ever. It's always going to be the best sport.
Yeah, there's people that are saying that now about baseball.
What I'm saying is they were wrong, and they didn't envision. They didn't know what. You're asking what you need to know what supplants it in order to make a good argument. They didn't know.
But football evolved.
Football was going to come along.
Football evolved, and baseball didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball's been the same game forever.
Well, but what it has to have some semblance of football today. It can't just be called football and then you're right. It has to be very, very similar to the game that we're playing right now.
Yeah, it will be. This game will be the game that your great grandkids watch, and they're gonna be. They're gonna live in Wisconsin, and they're gonna be Steelers fans because my great grandpa was a Steelers fan.
I just don't see that happening, man. I see 100 years from now is even wild to even say
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say out of-
not.
Just history. It's
what
history
touches
proves you
it?
wrong.
What touches it?
But we don't have to know what touches it now.
You got to have something.
no, you don't. Again, you don't
Well,
have to.
in order
know.
for it, if
Oh, I
it
gave you
has such.
examples.
What I'm saying is, it has such a big lead on everything
Yeah.
that in order to catch up to it, like you got to have something has to exist right now to eventually try to take over that market.
Yeah, and it could be. I mean, there's outside threats. You know, if you look at you make like a SWOT analysis of like what's in danger of. You know, I talk about safety, the aspects.
You're hitting me with the SWOT analysis
I
right
know,
now.
man.
Safety aspects, yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying there's that. You know, things like that could happen where we realize, hey, this is a really dangerous sport. People get involved, right? That's always a threat. But then there's also just the public interest in general in the sport. You know, we evolve. Like you look at the same time frame, right? Everybody's watching TV. There's 4 channels on TV, right? Now we have YouTube. We
Yeah,
have
because it evolved.
I know. I'm saying
Entertainment evolved.
I know, but as entertainment evolved, and there's a litany of options of things that you can go to entertain you. At some point, our interest in things like that will die out for the sport, whether it's 30 years from now, 100 years from now.
What was on TV when there was 4 channels?
Baseball,
And
I don't
Football?
know,
The
the,
news?
the,
I don't
the
know.
Carson
Football.
show, and
football, and then YouTube came along, and all these other streaming platforms. Where can you view football at now? On all these platforms, dude. Football does it better than anyone else,
right now, yeah.
and will always do it
Yeah,
better.
that's just such a hard claim to make.
You guys aren't
So-
coming up with good enough points to like shoot me down.
No,
you're just saying like the odds say
exactly.
Like, well, no, okay,
Yes, exactly.
okay,
That's the point.
Well, the odds.
Okay, what
football
about-
beats the odds.
Okay, what about this? At some point, the sun in our universe will burn out. We know that will happen. Football will be over then.
Yeah.
Your argument is lost.
There you go. No, yeah.
or is football going to move to
No,
Mars with
that's-
us?
That's
As
Are
long
we
as
taking football?
if America moves to Mars, then football's going with it,
So
dog.
we're packing up
That's-
football.
Yeah.
We're
That's
packing
not-
up America. We're getting in, one of the billionaire rockets.
Do you see
One of them,
that's
and
a
then we're
bad argument.
No, this is
And
yeah,
then we're
no, I
flying it
love
to
this.
Mars.
This is helping me.
Yeah, I know.
Continue
exactly. I'm on your
Continue
side,
on.
but that's not a good line
This
of
is
But you're
great.
argument.
thinking when the Earth is done, right?
Yes.
The sun burns up. We
Yeah.
gotta go to another planet.
Yeah.
We're taking football with us. It comes with.
No, of course not. But who cares? That's not the point of the conversation, though. You're right. Yes. But everything ends because his point is nothing surpasses it. If that happens, then nothing surpassed it.
Where's my camera?
Like,
do you see what I did?
We're
Yeah.
done.
Did you see what I did to these two?
No, we're not
now
done.
there's
We're moving to
infighting.
another planet.
Now
We're
there's
moving to-
infighting. Checkmate, dude. Checkmate.
No, that argument's not good. But
No,
anything,
it's a great argument. I appreciate that.
anything, the fact that football would defy the odds is just the unlikelihood. It's unlikely. Like again, anybody. Again, I'll go back to this is the main point. If anybody throughout the entire history of humanity said what you're saying right now, they would have been wrong almost to a man. Every single one.
Okay.
Because if they said, Gladiator Arena, this is going to be it. This is the best sport ever. They could never even envision a sport like football.
Yeah, but
they
hold
couldn't
on.
even,
Yeah.
they didn't have a
time
concept
out.
of it.
But time out.
They'd be wrong.
I don't know history enough. I'd be willing to bet that the gladiator arenas
Yeah.
existed right up until the end of the fall of Rome.
No, they went away before that.
When?
I don't know that. I don't
How
know
do
that.
you what when and how?
I don't know, but nobody knows. This
Okay,
is so
but
late.
what
We
I'm
can't
saying
have
is
that.
like I would be willing to bet that happened. Like there was gladiator arenas and all that stuff was happening until Rome fell.
So there's 3 dudes.
Much like I said, football will exist until America falls.
There's 3 dudes sitting around in togas
But
in the
how-
Coliseum, and they're like, dude.
But how many
This is
sports?
always-
How many sports have already been supplanted? You don't have to go back all the way that far back. Every single other sport besides football, at one point, was really popular and then became less popular.
So far, football's defying the odds, is what you're saying.
It's been for 60 years. That's not very long. And
Is it-
in thousands of years of human history, it's been on top for 60 years.
You just said every sport, football's the only one that's been on top and remained on top.
But it had to get to the top.
I mean,
it wasn't always,
It wasn't
on,
always
top.
on top.
It's a
Yeah.
long way to the top.
That's another throwback. School of Rock.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Uh,
Don't
so-
distract us with good music.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah. Let's
So
get
I-
back
the
to
red
the
herring.
bones here.
So I win. Thank you.
Okay.
No,
you.
when the
All right.
sun burns out. Come on, Dave.
Where's my camera?
Come on.
All the trolls, all the fans, whatever.
Yeah.
All we got, like, dude.
You know what could surpass it? Esports.
Yeah.
Not a chance, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it could.
Not a chance.
They are extremely popular. They're only gaining in popularity.
What is extremely popular?
They are the viewing of
Boom.
esports is huge, massive explosive growth.
I'm gonna write a SWOT analysis right now about that.
Like what?
you guys,
Like
you
what
guys
is it?
debate.
What is the viewership compared to football?
Oh no, it's not. That's not comparing.
It's nowhere
football.
close.
I'm saying it go from how many years though? Within like 5 years, from 0 to that's 5 years.
But I would
not
also-
60 or 70 like football.
Without having information.
So there's an example of something that could take over football.
How else does it grow?
What?
But, okay, let's-
it gets on bigger channels. It gets bigger and bigger. It gets on mainstream.
But
it's just like anything else.
without having the
It's-
information,
it's popular on Twitch.
For now, yes. Doesn't mean it can get big. Couldn't get why? What prevents it from getting onto a mainstream channel?
Because it's boring to watch.
To you,
Okay.
not
To
to
most of America.
not to the people watching it are the future, Colin. The people watching this are
The future gamers,
Yes.
dude. And guess what? Those future gamers turn their shit off and they go watch football too, probably.
Okay.
They probably-
You said what could supplant it. I'm giving you an example
Yes.
of what could supplant it.
I'm saying,
Absolutely.
okay.
I'm saying it's nowhere near close enough. Like it's on, like, football is on the top of the Grand Canyon right now.
Agreed.
And esports is 5 feet off the bottom of the
Yep.
river.
And when football came in to be, baseball was at the top of the mountain, and football came back.
Can I put my
Yeah, but
hand up
football.
too?
No,
yeah,
it's
but
not.
Should I
it
put
took
my hand up?
You're so biased
It
for
took
football.
almost no time for football
60
to
or
catch up.
70 years?
No time.
This explosion of esports, you can probably, I would love to look up the stats. The explosion of the popularity of esports in 5 years,
Dude.
is not even close to football.
Yeah, let's check some
Okay,
tape,
but
dude.
do you think that there's more kids right now that play football or play video games?
For sure, video games.
Yeah. So then you got your baseline right there that's getting ready to make that climb. I'm not saying it will, but that's a good rebuttal from Dave that could be one.
If you want something that could surpass it, there's something. But honestly, I don't need anything because again, the third time, you can't. Anybody who has said that my thing that I love is the best was and never will be surpassed. If anybody said that, they would be wrong. And you're the same as them. You're the same as them. You're a thing. You're the thing that you love.
They not like us, dude. They not like us.
What do you mean by them?
I hope when
Yeah.
we die and we're in heaven, God lets us check
Check
in,
the tape.
check in on tape,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna point his finger and be like, "You."
Hey, Jesus, real quick, man. I know you're busy, but my boy Colin,
Save your humanity.
about 70 years ago, we were in Dave's kitchen.
I would love to see some stats on esports right now compared to football stats and how long it took football to catch baseball compared to the gap that esports are in right
If
now.
I were to guess, I would say it probably took football a good 30 or 40 years to catch baseball. That's probably light. Baseball was probably king in our country.
But how?
for
Okay,
50
but how
years.
does esports evolve? What is the evolution of? Because
Kids
you're
stop-
talking about when football, they used to run the power V, one guy in the back, and just basically
Yeah.
wedge it. Yeah, so that was football. Is that anything like the sports that we play today? No.
But I'm saying,
But is esport like what evolves from esports? Like your controllers, you're playing the game,
New games.
just new game. That's it. So it's basically the same thing.
No, it's not.
Viewership
Every
is like, I'm tired of this. I've been watching this guy for 4 years. I'm out of it. I'm off
Bro,
of this.
football
No.
has been the same my whole life. It's been the rules of football have slightly changed.
Have
my
you ever
53 years of life.
have you ever stopped watching football? Like, I'm sick of watching football.
No, I love football.
Because it's different than everything else
Agreed.
in history. That's why.
not
It's
different.
you just agreed. You just said agreed. It's different than anything else
Sure.
that we've ever seen or any other sport out there.
Bro, you can
That's
point-
why it's going to beat the odds. That's why it will rise to the top and it will succeed from now till the end of America.
America.
All right. Hey, you know what? Comment below. Comment
Where's my
below.
camera?
What do you think?
Where's
Yeah.
my camera?
What do you think?
We're gonna get hit with L take.
L take.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you two
Does
nerds
Colin
are.
got the L take, or do we have the?
I
L
can't
take?
wait to see the esporters
see.
come after me, dude. I'm
They're gonna come. They're gonna come.
gonna stiff
Hey,
arm him in the.
Hey, that's true. You're at a disadvantage. The esporters live in this arena.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is their domain.
The last thing.
I trust some meatheads and knuckle draggers to come get my back.
All right,
it's just
all
gonna be
right.
probably way less witty.
No, but like I love football. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I love football. Don't sit here and get it
I
twisted.
know you love football.
I'm just saying, like, anyway, I made my points. There's no reason to say anymore. You made
Sure.
points. I made points. We'll get on to the next topic, which
And
is...
I won. I win.
Colin thinks he won. Next topic. The movie this week was Black Hawk Down.
So
Very important to say that slowly,
Yes.
like you did.
It's
exactly.
important. It's important.
So Colin picked the movie this week, and again, this is on the segment of movies that everybody's seen except for Dave, and he's finally getting around to them.
Yep.
You know, we're workshopping the title. A little bit about the movie.
That's a working title.
So Dave has not seen this movie. Me and Colin have. We all rewatched it. So this movie came out in 2001. Director Ridley Scott. You'll know him from The Gladiator,
Oh,
Blade Runner,
okay.
Aliens,
All right.
are some of his
I've
great
seen
movies.
one of those.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good for you,
I've
man.
seen one of those. Gladiator.
Yes. It was composed from a working piece from a journalist in the area. It has Josh Hartnett. I think Dave.
Okay, all right. What are we doing, dude? We know what Black Hawk Down is. We know
I'm
what Black
giving you
Hawk Down
guys
is.
some
It's
information.
based on a real story.
Yeah.
The Battle of Mogadishu.
Mm.
Like Blackwater.
Wow,
like
man, good job, man.
there's a history behind it.
The
There was
Moog.
Blackwater guys hanging from a bridge before this happened.
Good job.
We go in to execute some targets on these high profile guys.
Mhm.
The city hated everything that was going on right now.
Mhm.
They hammered some everything. It was supposed to be in and out, like
Yeah.
quick extract. Like we had like Delta Force on it. It was going to be bang, bang, in and out. We're going to grab like 10 high profile targets.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
everything went to complete shit. And it was like one of the worst battles in modern history, in American history to date.
So, like, in the movie, what goes wrong is when they're rappelling down, originally, Orlando Bloom's character, whose name I don't know, gets, like they get, RPG shoots the Black Hawk while they're rappelling.
Right.
And he has to do
He
an
dodges it.
evasive maneuver.
Yeah.
But then he like, that makes him like fall. He like,
Right.
doesn't grab the rope and falls and like, I don't think he dies, but he is
Like
like,
broken back
very,
type
very
of deal.
injured. Yeah. I don't know if that happened in real life, but that was like
It did happen
that
in
was
real
the
life,
key
yes.
point. Like that, if that didn't happen, like it would have been much smoother. But everything was a scramble.
Yes.
After
So
that.
there, the expression of Mike Tyson talks about, everybody's got a plan to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not a part of their plan. So from the jump, it went wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
they immediately had to shift gears on their plan. And I watched several videos of different guys who were a part of it, and they all mentioned that one really messed us up right out of the gates, because then we had to alter. We had to bring in extra, helicopters and things like that to change up what we were trying to do.
One thing that struck me in that movie was like our commitment to not leave anybody behind, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like if they just leave that guy, I'm not saying they should have, right? I'm not
Right.
saying they should have,
Right. No.
But if they just leave that guy, just leave him
Yeah.
and go, that's probably it. Nobody,
If we were like every other military in
nobody,
the world,
nobody else dies,
Right.
Probably,
Mhm.
At least
Right.
from the movie, not I don't know what happened in real life, but from the
Yeah.
movie, like if they just like let that guy hit the ground and then keep going with their plan, nobody else dies, and that one guy
Yeah.
dies instead of what 10 guys got legs blown off, multiple 10, 15, no, it was 12, I think it was 12 guys died.
19.
19 guys died. So like, I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not in war. That's your brother that just fell off the thing,
Yeah.
But like because they saved him, 19 guys died instead of one guy died.
But I also feel
again,
like,
that's
what makes us like a superpower is because like we got the homies that all 19 guys that gave their lives for their brothers and for their country that day.
Mhm.
Like if you were to ask them, they'd be like, yeah, we did the right thing.
Yeah.
And all their friends would be like, yes, it's unfortunate, but like that's what.
To Dave's point, not even the guys that were injured, the people that were killed in action, they were still going in to retrieve their bodies and everything while taking fire. And
what I'm
everything.
saying,
that commitment was yeah.
So not just the first guy, but like throughout the whole time, like them retrieving like the bodies and like because that once that helicopter goes down, right? The first Black Hawk goes down,
Mhm.
and they're like, okay, abandon, like get the guys out, but now we have to go get get those pilots, and the pilots were dead. I think they got one guy out, got him out,
Yeah.
and their guy died.
You know what else
And it's like-
elevates it?
I'm not I'm not saying I think they did the right thing by going in, but that's something that struck me
Absolutely.
in the show is that they keep trying to save people, and in so doing, get more people hurt.
The argument
killed.
is like, should we have ever been there in the first place? Like that should be like that. Like there's like guys that were in those battles that were like, why was I there? Yada yada yada. But what elevates it is like they talk about like, dude, like these guys, these skinnies, you keep one in the chamber at the very end for yourself. Like, do not let them take you alive. These people they're ruthless. They're not even like they're inhumane type. So it's like it raised the stakes that much more.
I watch a lot of war movies and everything, like anybody else. The interesting part about this one and this battle was you asked the same questions, like Vietnam, some of those things that get like very politically driven. Why were we there? Why were these people losing their lives? This one, I mean, 300. They talk about in the beginning of the film, 300,000 people had died. Before this from hunger, famine. Directly from these warlords who cut off the food supply to control the area or whatever. That right there, you can feel good about whatever the world politic views are, that you're going in there to help save people.
Doing the right
you know what I
thing.
mean? Like there's not a lot of like clear motives that we see a lot when we're in these wars and things like that, other, oil and stuff like that. But this one, I thought there's a very good reason to do this.
All right. That's a good history lesson around it. What do we think of the actual film? What's your grade?
I think it's a good movie. I like my war movies. I like my war movies World War II as the most recent. I've decided. I guess.
Oh, Tears of the Sun. Mark that down.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Okay, continue.
Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
I just think
also in Africa, I believe.
the more modern ones, they're too real for me. Like they're very real. They just seem like the ones in the past are so like I'm more removed from it. So I don't know, something about the modern fighting.
I
don't love it. I don't like it as much.
I love it.
Like it as
I
much.
thought for the film's sake, like they did such a good job, because I watched a bunch of different videos and they talk about, it was when the helicopters went down, like it was pure chaos on the radio, in person, on the ground, everywhere. It was chaos.
Sure.
And I thought they captured that like amazing in the film. That like, it was.
Could you imagine how scared you would be? Like that's just like the ultimate. Like there's nothing that will bring guys together, like, sitting in a foxhole together type of thing, And my brother-in-law served in the Army for 10 years, and he's the same way with his military buddies, and they get together. He's just like, it's like we never left each other, yada, yada, yada. It's, of course, you see that, and like that chaos and everything. It's like, we are all scared together, but we got to do this. It's for ourselves, for our brothers, for our country, whatever.
Sure.
It's America.
I think it's for your brothers. I think that's ultimately what
at that
drives
moment,
people.
100%.
I think always in fighting. That's
in fighting. Yeah.
And when you're fighting like that, like you're not worried about America,
the politics.
You know what I mean?
No,
like you're like, this guy is coming back with me.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I would love for like if anybody's been more in the military to like speak to this, because I have no idea specifically.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see. Another thing I thought was interesting is like the I don't know, Somalis or was the guys that were fighting, they would just, I don't know, maybe it was just a decision. They would just run at them like they were zombies.
Yeah.
They would just like sprint with their guns and just get mowed down. I'm like, okay, like, is that what they're doing?
Well, like, see, like in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, but also like like some of these podcasts that I've listened to, like the recounting of this, they talk about like, dude, we stacked bodies. Like, it was we once we figured out our stronghold in a house or whatever, and we had like a sniper on the roof, 3 guys watching the door. He's like, we just dealt death. And they talk about like there was like the stray dogs in the street, like just walking around with body parts, human body parts, just because America was just absolutely slaughtering because everyone was coming for him.
But I just understand, like, sorry guys, they know, like the bad guys that they're fighting know that the Americans have guns and they're in a protected position, and in the movie they're just like running, straight.
It probably wasn't like that, right? But
so
you gotta think like number one, I think of like pure hatred for Americans, or number two, like you got the warlords behind you. Like, if you turn around and retreat, like Nazi type stuff,
Yeah.
like if you retreat, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, might as well just go this way.
And maybe that's true.
So-
Again, I would love to like know how that actually went down.
So
How about when he shoots the Delta Force guys shoot the pig out of the helicopter for the pig roast
that
at the
was
beginning of
cool.
the movie?
Yeah.
Like that. That was pretty cool.
So to your point about stacking bodies, it was heavily the Americans were dropping. They had it was 18 that were killed. That it says 70 wounded on the American side, with the UN also involved in that too, and some of the Pakistani forces. They have estimates around 200 killed from the Somali forces, up to 1,000. So there was 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's some people that say it was 200 killed, 300 killed, and 700 wounded. There's some that flip that, but it's somewhere around that. There's
Yeah.
potential that 700 of them were killed by.
We are
those
just such
forces.
an amazing
Fighting force.
fighting
Oh my
force.
God.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a fair fight. That you know what I mean? Like we were
Yeah,
out.
well, don't starve women and children. We will knock on your door.
That's
You know what I mean?
no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But it's like how many guys were there for the United States? Like 50 or something like that. I don't know if you saw that, but like 50 versus 1,000.
Dude, how about like
And-
at the end of the movie where they're like, it's too hot, we can't get there, but like hump it to this football field, this stadium, and we'll like these
It
guys
was
That
are
a
was
safe
wild.
zone. It was a
just
safe
miles.
zone.
I
Yeah.
asked my brother, I was like, dude, like, is that real? Like, what's this like? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, there's times where you just like the extraction point changed and
Mhm.
you just gotta run. He's like,
Yeah,
that's why they make us run everywhere all the
Mhm.
time.
that's
Because you just
true.
got
Yeah.
all this gear on and you
That's
just gotta
true.
haul ass.
Yeah,
Yeah. The other interesting thing I learned about the movie, do you remember the scene where those two guys get off, the second helicopter crashes?
Yeah.
They're asking permission, those two guys on the other helicopter,
Yeah.
to go down and go get the pilots out
Yeah.
of there. And they're like, you can do it, man, but it's on your guys' own accord.
Yeah,
and
we
they're like, yeah, 100% we're going.
Yeah.
So those two guys, that's actually real. It was Gary Gordon and Randy Shugart. They were killed in action and in doing that, but they were actually awarded the Medal of Honor for that.
nice.
Yeah.
And that scene, like as I'm watching it, not even knowing that was real, bro, that whole city was swarming on them, and two dudes just got off and were like, yeah, we're gonna go. They had no idea what condition those guys are in. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna have to
Yeah.
pick these people up and drag them out, and
Just-
didn't even think twice
It
about
It just
Yeah.
that movie just makes me love America.
Yeah.
dude. It's
did-
great.
Yeah. So
That and football.
So for me, movie wise, it was good. It was good. It's not a movie I'll probably watch again. What I love about it is I love watching the movie and then finding out the real history.
mhm.
That's what really like
Yeah.
seeing it like this is an interesting piece of history and then like a dramatization of it. Like what it would have been like, what like giving me a good vision of it. And then like finding out like also one of the big things, like they knew they were coming. I don't know if that was true or not, right? They had a kid scoping, like sitting on a
Yeah.
mountain.
Like a cell phone.
Yeah, and like calls and they called
Right.
and they all knew that they were ready, got the RPGs out and
Right.
the guys were in position.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also the guy there's one guy that was captured. What happened to him? Did I miss that?
The pilot.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the pilot?
Yeah.
There's somebody.
So
yeah.
he gets captured, and actually those two guys I just talked about,
Yeah.
that help essentially save him or at least get him out of that situation. It was like 11 days or something after that. They released him as he was a prisoner.
Oh, they just released him.
So yes, he did
Oh,
survive
okay.
that, with the aid of those two guys who came in after him.
Did they say that in the movie or did I miss that?
I had to forget.
They didn't know.
I
Okay.
forget. But have you seen
they might have at the end.
the news, like the actual news clips from that?
Mm-mm.
Like when they were parading around American bodies and dragging them around,
Mm.
like it's like disgusting.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. But yeah, from Colin's point, the mission itself was actually a success. They extracted who they needed to
That's true.
to extract.
Mhm.
Yep.
However, because of the toll that it took on the forces and everything around them, it got the America's attention. We withdrew all of our forces from that area like 10 days later, and the general in charge of that retired after that as well. So
I also think it taught us a lot. Like when we killed
Mhm.
Bin Laden, we had a helicopter go down.
yeah.
It's just like I don't know.
So
It just-
there's just a lot of interesting stuff from it, like the doctors after the aftermath of that, with 70 wounded, several of them made it back, but then died on the operating table and stuff.
Mhm.
They were these doctors, the teams were just makeshifting areas, nurses, all
Sure,
this stuff.
yeah.
They did 22 surgeries in 36 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was just complete chaos.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
Great depiction of the story. Terrible story. You know,
Yeah,
all in all, I watch that movie twice a year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
It's a
it.
good one.
I haven't seen it probably in 15 years.
Love that movie.
It was,
was a good one.
really good.
I
really
do like
good.
war movies. I probably usually I've watched them once. You know what I mean? But like, it'll get me. It'll like pique my interest. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is really
Yeah.
interesting, and I do what you do. I get on the internet, dive in. What's the actual facts? Like, how did this
Yeah.
affect the war? Like all this stuff.
You know
That's-
what's interesting about that too is like there's not a lot of character development. It's just, hey, here's some of the
Here's
dudes.
what happened.
Here's the stories. Here's some names, and we're
I
going
wonder
in to
if
kick
I wonder
doors
if
in.
some of that was like I don't know what the term, like witness protection, basically for like
Yeah.
American soldiers. Like we don't really want to put their business out there too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also
All the
think
guys
they
that
just
were involved.
didn't have time, right? It's just like you start from the jump, and we're like, hey, this is what we got to do. We're going in, and it was just
Yeah.
chaos from
Right.
20
Yeah.
minutes into the end.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Nice.
Good
Dave?
movie.
That was a good one.
I like it.
what was your rating?
I'll give it
8.9.
I'll give it an 8. Give it an
Okay.
8. It
I
was good.
accept. I accept.
It was good.
All right. deal.
All the movies you guys have recommended have been good so far. I haven't disliked any of them.
Good.
Fight Club has been the best.
We have
See? You
Fight
Easily.
Club is your favorite so far.
Easily. That
Okay.
one blew my mind.
Hey,
Okay.
Blew
that's
my
good to
mind.
know these things. We got to topple that one. It's my pick next. And
Yeah.
What's the Leonardo DiCaprio one? Where he's like a detective in an insane asylum.
Shutter Island.
Have you seen that
I
one?
have.
Oh,
I've seen it once.
Did you like that one?
I did. I did like that one.
What about the Dream one?
Inception?
I've seen that one as well.
Yep.
You like that one?
It's good. Those both I've only seen once. So those both warrant a second watch.
Those
once
are
you know the
movies.
twist and like
Yeah, those are those are movies where like you go back and you
Yeah.
try like
Agreed.
how'd I miss that?
Yeah,
How'd
yeah,
I-
yeah.
So we got to pay attention to what Dave really likes and try to follow down that.
The thing about Fight Club was so crazy to me is the jump. It literally goes from like a 3. I'm watching that movie for the first time. Like, this movie sucks. I'm like, this movie's terrible. Like, there's nihilists, anarchists. They're just fighting for no reason. They're like trying to overthrow the government. Like, who cares? Like, I don't care about anything. Everyone's a jerk. Everyone in this movie's a jerk.
Yeah.
At the end, the twist, I'm like, what? Like, boom. It went from a 3 to like a 9, like on
Yeah.
my rating scale. Like,
Yeah.
like without that twist, like that's the whole movie. The twist is obviously the whole movie. Like, without that, like the movie is not that good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, save it.
So,
Save it for
anyway.
episode whatever that was.
That was episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think so.
We got so many now, man.
I know. We're stacking. We're
Gotta-
stacking
got ourselves a-
content.
Call us JC Penney's. We got a catalog.
And with that, we're gonna move on to the top 5. This one was more difficult, but I think it was fun. This is our top 5 signs that you're getting older. Top 5 signs you're getting
That's
older.
right.
Yeah.
All in our 30s now.
Well, I'm 35. How old are you?
36.
How old are you, Dave?
I'm 33.
So we're all roughly the same.
Got a young little boy over here. Whippersnapper.
Yeah, whippersnapper. All right, signs you're getting older.
Signs you're getting older.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be better at this one than what I was.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, I don't know. I've had some signs I've been getting older for a while because I played football. Like I have no cartilage in my knees. Like
Mhm.
aches and pains just are always there.
Mhm.
But like that's obvious.
You had
Yeah.
surgery on your big toe, dude.
I had to have surgery on my big toe.
Yeah.
That's right.
That happens when you're older.
So like yeah, like my number 5 is hitting them morning stretches.
Okay.
Dude, I hit this I shower every morning when I wake up, and I hit morning stretches, the hammies,
Okay.
the quads, the back, the shoulders. I
That's
stretch
great.
the Achilles. I got to stretch because if I don't, I sit in a car a lot for work.
Okay.
I lock up. So like
Mhm.
every morning I'm hitting the stretches,
Dude,
and
Can
it's a must.
Can I call you out for something then?
What's up?
And I know this is you being a coach and on the kids, but that's one of my favorite lines you always say when you're talking about you ever see a lion
Yeah.
stretch before it goes after a gazelle?
You ever seen a lion stretch before?
Yeah.
That's-
Meanwhile, Colin's in his bathroom in his robe,
dude,
hitting
you gotta.
them glutes.
I got to
and-
keep that facade up, dude. That's what now before I go to practice, I stretch in the parking lot so these kids don't see me stretching. And I get out there, they think I'm
Exactly.
spry little
You ready to
kid.
dust.
That's right, dude. Eat this dust. So yeah, number 5, hitting them
That's a great
stretches,
one.
them morning stretches.
Yeah.
All right.
Because who at 18 is stretching in the morning?
Yeah.
Well,
you,
yeah,
you got
I-
to hit them.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys stretch as well or no?
I don't.
Am I on my own on this?
I never stretch in the
don't.
morning, but
Probably
if
a
I'm
good
about to
idea,
do
though.
something, like if I'm about to do something physical, yeah, I'm gonna hit some stretches.
That's a good point. I did not do that. When I was when you're younger, you don't. I like if the coach made me stretch, I would stretch. But the coach didn't make me stretch. I ain't stretching.
Now I will say
Jumping
this. I will say that 100%.
Yeah.
I will say this. Yeah, like when I make my kids I coach stretch, I'm basically just doing it like you have to practice stretching for when you're older.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't need
There
to
you go.
stretch. But I will also say like after I hit those morning stretches, I pretty much don't stretch anymore. Like if we're gonna play a pickup basketball game right now,
That's all right.
I just jumping in.
Hit
Like,
it
I don't
once.
It does suck though. Like my knees hurt almost all the time. So like when I gotta like hit like a quick jog somewhere, like maybe I'm crossing the street,
Yeah.
someone's waiting for me, I want to hustle and be courteous.
Yeah.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's painful. I try not to like, unless I'm gonna get active
Mm.
or like hit a dead sprint. I pretty much just want to walk everywhere.
Where does it hurt? Your knees?
Yeah, I don't have any cartilage in my
Yeah.
knees, so like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I gotcha.
it's painful.
Fair
Mm.
enough. All right. So that's your number 5.
5.
which is
Hitting them stretches,
Morning stretches.
them morning
good one.
stretches, baby.
Nice.
That's a good one.
All right, Matt. What you got?
So mine is a reminder, and every time I do it, I do the math. We just mentioned our ages, but it's like you talk to a friend of yours from high school or something, and they're like, yeah, so and so is a sophomore in high school, or Steve's driving now, or whatever, and I'm in my head, I'm like, wait, we went to school together. There's no way you have a kid in high school. And then I start doing the math. I'm like, technically, yeah, I could have a kid in high school right now. I could have a kid almost graduated, if I was,
If you got busy when you were 18,
18, 19, 20. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It takes me a minute where I'm like, damn, dude, I guess we are old enough to be able to technically have a kid in high school.
I do have that as my honorable mention because my kid's gonna be a 5th grader next year. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a 5th grader, dude. That's
Yeah.
wild.
I know, but think about like right now, I could have a 16-year-old.
yeah,
That's crazy,
Yeah, that is.
you
Right.
know?
especially
Okay.
coming from
But-
South High, dude.
But I was
Hey.
responsible and waited till I was married to
Attaboy.
make those decisions.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Good
Thank
work.
you.
Good work. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I appreciate it.
So your number 5 is what?
Having friends that have kids in high school.
Having friends and having kids in high school. All right, cool. My number 5 is a simple one. We've all done it. You make an account online. It asks you your age. You click the year, and you gotta scroll.
Oh yeah.
You have to scroll
Hey,
to find your
that is
age.
true.
Hey,
bro.
you're hitting that thing like
You're
the
sitting-
price is the right
yeah,
wheel,
you're
dude.
like,
Just-
oh my god, I gotta get going to find it.
Yeah.
That is
It's
true.
back there.
1992 is way further than it used to be. So you hit that scroll button.
Just think if
That
you're
is
tapping
true.
into the
That's-
80s,
I didn't think
dude.
about that one, but that is
Yeah, or like,
yeah.
you have to choose your age bracket, and it used to be 18 to 24, and then you're like, no, the next
Nope.
one.
Yeah, I gotta
Bump
go
that
up.
baby up.
Gotta
Yeah.
go up here.
That's true. That's a good one. I like that
You
one.
get reminded,
Changing
you
age
get reminded
brackets.
of your age.
Changing tax brackets. A lot of brackets.
Yeah. So that was not a lot talking about that one, and that one's just one that,
Yeah.
that struck me. So
That's
that's
a
my
good
number
point.
5.
We all-
Scrolling
we
to
all
find your
concur.
age.
We all concur. I like that
For
one.
sure.
All right, my number 4. You can't sleep in anymore.
Mm.
Interesting.
I'm always been I've never been a good sleeper. Like I've always like operated on like 6-7 hours.
Okay.
And like I'm cool to not have like I can operate on 4 hours. I just been never really a good sleeper. But like now, no matter what, I cannot sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
Even like we send the kids to my parents' house, it's my wife and I home alone. Nope, dude. I'm the max I'm sleeping in is 7 o'clock. Like that's
Yeah.
the absolute latest.
Even if you're staying up till like midnight or 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It does. Yeah. It sucks.
The clock hits.
But like I wasn't like even when I wasn't good at sleeping, like in college, like you stay up late. Like I could sleep in till
yeah. Oh yeah.
10, 9, 10, 11, that type of
Yeah.
thing. Not anymore, dude.
That's a good one.
And I had a lady today, one of my patients we were working with, she had just talked about how she retired. And I asked her, I was like, are you sleeping in? She's like, oh, I sleep in way later now. And I'm like, all right, so what's sleeping in? She's like, well, I used to get up at 4:30. Now I get up at like 5:45.
Oh my
I'm
god.
4:30.
Yeah.
Like, sweetheart, you don't like. No, you don't sleep in.
See,
Yeah.
that's interesting because I was thinking that the only reason I don't sleep in is because I can't. But like, I don't know if that's true. Like, can't as in don't have like the time to
Right,
do it.
you're always doing something.
Yeah, but I don't know if that. I think I used to sleep. I used to like my like 8 waking hours was shifted on the clock where I would like go to sleep like crazy late and
Yeah.
stay in bed like
Right.
till like the afternoon. You know, in the summer sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think I can do that anymore.
Now I will say this doesn't ring true for everyone
Mm.
because like my wife, when we were dating, I used to call her big sleeper because like on the weekends when she didn't have anything going on in college, she just sleep all day.
Slept.
And she's the same way. She's the same human. Like we got like there's nothing going on. The kids are gone. She'll sleep till 11:30.
Really?
We'll go like
hibernating.
we'll go to bed at midnight or something like that, and she'll sleep till 11:30, 12
Dang.
o'clock.
She's
Yeah.
probably behind like thousands of hours of sleep at this point, so she's probably just catching back up.
I don't think so. I think she's slept a lot her whole life. She just sleeps, dude.
All right, man. I'm
There you
trying
go.
to help her out there. So,
She
you
don't
know,
need help.
I
She
got
likes
you.
to sleep.
So you sleep.
Let the
Okay.
woman sleep.
Let
All
her
right.
sleep.
All right. Jeez. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. Colin's number 4, which was
Can't sleep.
can't sleep in.
Mm.
Can't sleep in.
Mm-hmm. So my number 4.
What was that?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right.
My number 4 is getting my clothes exclusively from Sam's Club.
You did not buy that jersey at Sam's
This
Club.
did not come from Sam's Club.
That's true.
It's a pure authenticated jersey here.
But, bro, Sam's Club and Costco hit
They be hitting.
hard.
They be hitting.
They be
Yeah.
hitting, dude.
So-
the prices are great.
The prices.
Price is right, dude.
That's another sign we're getting old. We're talking about, hey man, those prices are right.
They're right.
You know, they're right there.
Yeah, right.
Right where they need to
They're
be.
correct.
So yeah, you know how many compliments and stuff I'll get. We're like, hey, that's a nice polo, or hey, I like those shorts or whatever. Where'd you get those? And like, I used to kind of be embarrassed because half the time my wife's buying them for me, right? Just bringing them home, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. I like that shirt. She's got better taste for myself than I do, you know. And yeah, I'll be, hey, nice polo. I'm like, where'd you? Sam's Club, you know. And I used to kind of be embarrassed, and now I'm like, and I find out more people, and they're like, yeah, dude, I got my stuff from Sam's Club too. It was just like a statement you would never say back in the day, man.
Or-
you would never tell your friends.
Yeah.
How about, or you see someone out with the same shorts as you or the same
You
shirt.
do. I do
and
see
you're just
that.
like, yo, I know
Yeah.
Mhm.
Connection.
Yeah.
Sam's Club.
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay,
Did
I
you get
want
the
to
everything bagel cashews while you were there, my
I
man?
want to revisit something.
Okay.
So you say like your wife buys a lot of your clothes.
Mhm.
Like what percentage of your clothes is your wife of your wardrobe is your wife purchasing for you to wear?
Like purchasing and picking for me.
Well,
Let's
yeah.
lump them into like the same category.
Or like you're like she's like, "Hey, I like this. You should buy it." Or she just
Yeah.
comes home with something like,
Mhm.
"Here, I got this for you."
Probably 60%.
All right.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
I think. What do you think?
I think compared to me, it's a gigantic number.
Okay. I
But
get
compared
the
to like
number.
a lot of men in the world in America, I'd say like there's probably a lot of dudes that are not too far off base.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think it's a high, but I'm not hating on you for it.
No,
So, you know,
no, yeah.
I'm just-
I
I'm
mean,
just
you
pointing
got
out
good
that it's
style.
high.
Yeah, you got good style.
Yeah. It's because of her.
Yeah.
So
My percentage, my wife picks is right around 0. I buy all my own and I pick out all my own stuff.
okay. But what?
Very close.
But if she's
very
bringing
close to
she
zero.
never brought you home a shirt, or she brings it home and it's not.
I
not
think my
feeling it.
mom has bought me more shirts since I've been married than my wife because my mom will buy me like for
Yeah.
Easter, Christmas,
Oh.
whatever birthday. She's like, yeah, I bought it, and like yeah. But I also though like I'll put something on and I think it looks good. I like my fit,
Mhm.
and my wife will be like, not a fan of that sweater. Not a fan. I'm like,
Mm.
and I used to be like, all right, well I'll switch it up. Now I'm just like, no, I believe in my style and my fit. I'm a rock it.
There you go.
I got faith in
Stand
this
on
shirt.
that.
And also
business.
she like just she don't care either. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just giving my opinion. I'm like, all right,
Nice. I love you guys are at that stage.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about
But-
you? What's your percentage?
It's not. I mean, 5 to 10%,
Yeah.
maybe something like that.
They've got that Under Armour. And you still buying
Yeah,
Nike?
dude.
Are
No,
you
dude,
buying?
I haven't bought Nike.
It's
I haven't bought
over?
Nike for like multiple years.
Okay.
But like,
He don't buy Bud Light either.
He doesn't.
but like this, like I find this is what I do. I find a shirt that I like. This is an Under Armour Tech tee. and I just get the same shirt
You buy 10 of
in
them.
10 different colors. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm not trying to get that, but I'm gonna hold that thought because it's gonna come back up later.
Okay.
It's gonna come back up
All
later.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So yes, my number 4 is getting your clothes
I like where
exclusively.
your head's at. I like where you're,
Getting your clothes exclusively from a box store
There you go.
and not
Nice.
being mad about it or ashamed.
Nice.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Bargains.
All right. So my number 4, a hallmark of old people, quote unquote, is that they don't want to learn new things. Right? You're trying to show them something new, like I don't want to do that thing. I don't want to worry about this.
Brother.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's not me. I'm good at learning new things. Well, I found the thing that I'm an old person about that I don't want to learn it. And that is video games nowadays. So when I try to sign in my son to play a game, I can't just put the game in, turn it on, and he can play it. I have to sit here and make 85 accounts and verify my email address and send in this.
Let him
and then I
cook.
have to do this. And then he's on a minor account. So I have to get on my parent account and approve the game to go back on. And then to play split screen, I got to make a second account because you can't just split screen it anymore. And I'm sitting here like, just play the game. I'm literally, non-ironically, back in my day, I put the game in, turned it on, and
Yes.
played it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to go through this whole garbage. And it makes me so angry. Like, I'm like, guy, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just play.
Pick something else.
Man.
And I realized, I caught myself, I'm like, I'm the old guy now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the old guy with this.
Yeah.
And that is it. I'm like, that's for sure. It frustrates the crap out of me how these games, you cannot just play them. It makes it such a freaking deal.
I did this with
Oh my gosh.
I did this with V-Bucks, where I'm like, he's on the Nintendo Switch, but you can get V-Bucks, but the V-Bucks on the Switch had to go through the Nintendo and not the Nintendo shop. So I bought like $20 for V-Bucks that are just sitting in an account because I don't have a console that can use them. So anybody wants those, I'll give you a discount on those. But
You want to know what I did? Because Murphy, all he has is a Switch. Like, I don't play video games as much as you. My son doesn't play as much video games as your boys. But so like the Nintendo Switch, we had set up this like parental controls thing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out how to like lock down what I wanted to and this and that. And like it would just shut off on Murphy's because it's like timer's up or whatever. It's like
yeah.
that. I'm like, I don't care. Keep playing. He's like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
So I literally, Murphy made his own sign in. And then I made him, I was like, all right, here's my phone. Now sign it into this thing so I can control. Like I had him do it all
yeah.
because I couldn't. Same thing. You guys bought him a game for his Switch.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad, I want to play that game. I'm like, tight. Where's the little disc thing? He's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I don't know. They just gave me this piece of paper. And I was like, well, how are we going to put this in? And I'm like looking and I like try to, it's like, all right, what's the code? I'm like, where's the code? It's on the receipt. I'm like, Murph, where's the receipt? I don't know. I'm like, you know what would be tight? If you just had a disc in a case.
Oh my
And
God.
you
I
could just put
secretly
it in.
felt bad about that one, but we got the gift like the day before and I wanted him to have it,
Yeah.
because you could order it with the disc or whatever, or like
The cartridge.
little
Yeah.
cartridge.
Oh, they
The
will
memory
give
card.
you one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They exist. You can do it. You can have the physical like memory card, or you can do a
Yeah.
digital download. There's multiple.
But like
ways to
once
do
you
it.
download it, you don't ever have to have the card again.
No, you do. You have to have. Once you put the card in there, you have to have. I believe you have to have the card in there while you're playing the game.
Well, you guys gave my son a piece of paper.
No. If your game that you use has a memory card,
Oh,
if you
then
choose,
you have to have it in there.
yes. If you choose that
If you
way,
download it.
If you don't,
Yeah.
if you download it, if you only download it, then
Yeah.
yes, you're good. But
It is kind of tight though, because like you can break all your stuff and like buy a new one
And still have
just
it.
sign
Sure.
it in.
Yeah.
I do like that of it.
sure. There are. There's
I've-
benefits to it, but it's just.
I was
I'm
hoping.
like,
Did you
just
end up downloading
frustrates
it?
the crap out of me,
No,
What?
I'll get with you off air. I figured out how to do it though.
Okay.
dude.
I
Yeah,
felt bad about that, but I'm like also like, hey, this is a game that I know he'll want and
Yeah.
play,
No, we want to
and
play.
I want to make sure he can play it on his birthday,
Right.
and that was the only option. So
Yeah. Well, he didn't play it on his birthday, so I'm sorry about that.
yeah. We'll rethink that one next time. I'm glad Dave brought this up though.
all right. So that's my number 4, which was video game sign-in
Yep.
nonsense.
We all agree.
All right, number 3.
Hey, we're
Colin.
cruising,
right.
man. I love this.
Oh, I don't know. I think I might be miss or all right, my number 3. Kids wearing pajama pants everywhere, like flannel pajama pants, and also like terrible music, like specifically like mumble rap type stuff.
That's 2.
Well, I'm lumping it in like the younger crowd's
Okay.
stuff now.
Okay, so you're
Sucks.
complaining about the younger generation.
Right.
That's a tale as old as time.
Yep.
And you're
and
feeling
I'm
it.
for sure that way.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep. Like yes.
Your style's crazy. Your music's bad.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I don't think I don't like it because to me it's like it's lazy and sloppy. Like if they had like, well, like for example, like jeans. The style when we were kids was like baggy.
Yeah.
You know, big shirts,
Yeah.
baggy basketball pants, basketball shorts, all that stuff. Now it's like skinny jeans, form-fitting shirts,
Yeah.
short shorts, all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that just because the fashion changed and you're changing with the fashion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't like when it's just like you're slop. You look
You're
like
not
a
trying.
slob.
Mm.
It's 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You're grocery shopping with your mom, and you're dragging your feet, and you're wearing
Dragging the feet.
flannel pants. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah. I think that's just, again, that's just a generational thing.
I know
Because
it's me getting older.
because like I'm sure jeans at one point were like, oh, you're wearing jeans like out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just always it's just a cycle. Right?
Hey, you know what's funny? You say that is my pops. Like, I'll wear joggers out like to somewhere like just out, like not a
Yeah.
nice restaurant, but just out to a restaurant or a family party or something. And
Yeah.
he's like, I show up, he's like, you wearing sweats?
Yeah.
Is what you're gonna wear?
Yeah.
And he's like wearing jeans, and I'm like, dude, my fit looks way nicer than your fit right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Your
He's like,
Wranglers.
yeah, but he's like, I got jeans on, and you look like a slob. I'm like,
yeah.
these are form-fitting joggers, yeah. And he's like,
It's,
nah.
it's
As-
exactly
that's me.
the
I'm
same
telling you,
thing.
it's me, dog. I know.
I get it.
As he's wearing like his grass
circle of
stained New
life.
Balances.
At the same time, all right. So I go to early morning weights for the high school football team.
Yeah.
I'm helping coach high school football now. These kids, dude, short shorts. I always was team short shorts.
Mhm.
Even when the style was baggy, I like the above the knee. You
Mhm.
know, I try to get them as short as I could without being roasted by all my homies.
Yeah.
Nowadays, dude, some of these
Getting
kids,
too up there.
bro,
Getting
they're
too
way
high.
up there.
Way up
And I'm
there.
like
Too
watching
high.
this kid. He's like listening to the coach explain the lifts of the day, and he's just like constantly adjusting his shorts. I'm like, hey, dude, you know what helped that? He's like, what's up? I was like, get bigger shorts, dude. I
Yeah.
can see your leg hairs where the leg hair and the butt cheek hair combine. I can see that now. Do you think the girls like this? Like they don't, dude.
I'd be interested to ask. I know definitely my wife is not a fan of like guys in short shorts. I'd be interested in ask like a younger generation of girls like, hey, do you think that's cute? Like high school girls, college. Like, do you think that's cute when guys are wearing shorts that high? You know,
Yeah.
hoochie daddy shorts is what the
Like
guy
I
at my
said,
work would
I
call
like
them.
short shorts, dude. But some of these kids are taking it to the extreme.
'Cause
I mean,
I don't know, man.
I think this your number 3 is the quintessential sign you're getting older.
It
It is.
yeah.
Maybe
it
I
is-
should have
it
been. Maybe
is
I should have my
you were-
absolutely.
You
It is
were
the
passing
one.
the test, man.
It is absolutely like it's the torch is being passed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're passing the
That's
test
a good
for
one.
sure.
So basically, your number 3 is just like complaining about the younger generation.
Young generations.
That's pretty much it, right?
slobs. They're all slobs.
Yeah.
But the ones that aren't slobs, yo, salute.
Salute.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
So that's
You're
good.
number
three.
three.
Now you're number 3.
Yeah. So my number 3 is targeted ads. So we all get targeted ads,
Interesting.
but the specific targeted ads I get is like Hims, hair for hair, like all this stuff, man. Icy hot,
Bro,
like,
you said yourself targeted.
Oh man, they
What's that
found
search
you.
history looking
They
like?
found you.
no, dude.
You should leave your phone in your car next time you go to your doctor's appointment because you're like,
I'm
having
about to
some
reset my
troubles.
phone. Yeah, because I'll be on social media, man, and I'm like looking at like
This man said targeted ads and then him.
it's everywhere.
It doesn't just pop up,
It
bro.
does. It does.
Well, no, like so some of them
I'm
are
fine.
So some
I'm fine.
Hey, don't say that.
some of them are targeted, but some of them are also demographically targeted. So like some
Yeah.
of them are individually targeted,
Yeah,
and some are like also they hit a certain demographic.
sure.
So like
Yeah,
I'm trying to help you a little bit.
Thank you, Dave.
I've never got a Hims ad. The only Hims ads
Let me
I
see
hear
your
are
phone.
on podcasts.
Let me see your phone.
Go ahead, dude. Because I will say I disagree with this take. I love targeted ads. I love when I like Google something I'm like trying to look for, and then I'm scrolling through Instagram or YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
and like an ad pops up of like a similar thing that I was like, ooh, I click on it. It's to the point where I will say it gets a little out of hand because it's like now I get an ad every other
Yeah.
deal, whatever you call it.
But are you saying that you don't like targeted ads, or are you saying the targeted ads that you get are a sign that you're older?
I'm saying both. I'm saying one, I don't like targeted ads. I think it's invasive.
I'm
It's
also
annoying.
team no ads.
Yes, ads in general are annoying.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to Google to look for a leaf blower, I want that to stay there. I don't want to go on Facebook and then all of a sudden like here's a brand new electric leaf blower. I'm like, no, bro, I didn't come to Facebook to go find a leaf blower. But
I like those. Yeah, I like
On
that.
the second
I
fold-
want to know what's out there.
On the second fold of that, the specific targeted ads that I get hit with, it's like I still have my hair. My back doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I don't need a pat. I don't need a patch that's hot and then cold. Like, I don't need orthopedic insoles. I'm fine. Like, I get all this stuff, and I'm like,
That's funny.
it gets to a point where I'm
But
like,
you did get the free trial of Hims.
but it gets to a point where I'm like, do I need these things? I don't know. Like, it's popping up so much.
See, that's what advertising. That's what
I know.
advertising does,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
It's not like they're not like trying. Some of it is trying to find their demographic, but also they're trying to create their demographic. They're trying to create customers
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
didn't even know you needed this.
Yeah, so I'm like, is Colin searching all this stuff next door, and like I'm not on the train, and now I'm left behind? Like, I don't know.
You're using my
I don't
Wi-Fi,
know.
dude?
Yeah,
Hey, how about this? Speaking of ads, my kids, when we watch like something on TV and the commercials hit,
Pause.
my kid,
Pause. Great take. Hold it.
are you
Hold
got
it
something
for a
on?
second.
All
Yes,
right,
hold
all
it.
right.
I know where you're going with
put
this.
That, put
All right.
that
I
thing
know
back
where
in the
you're going for
holster,
this.
dude.
All right, I'll holster that.
Holster that
It's not
thing.
on my list, but it just see it's coming
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
dude. We're
Okay.
flowing now.
We're flowing.
All right.
All right.
Number
But
3.
you know what ads are great?
What's that?
If you want to advertise with Lazy Dog Media.
Investors could be you.
Yeah.
Where's my camera? Where's my camera?
Yeah, no, I think you're on 3.
Could be you.
Anyway, Hims, you want to add? We'll,
Yeah.
we'll take your
Hey,
advertising.
Hainer
money.
will use it, dog. Hainer will use it.
Totally unnecessary. So I'm fine.
But our demographic is what? It was like 20. It was like 25 through 44 was our age demographic. So
Yeah.
men. Just saying. Anyway, my number 3 is all right. So when you have kids, sometimes you watch the shows that you watched as a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, through the new eyes. Like I'm trying to think of like a show that I watched when I was a kid, like That's So Raven. It was
Home
a,
Improvement.
was a big show that we watched back then or whatever. All kid shows. One thing I realized when I'm getting older is I'm watching these same shows, but I start identifying with the parents, and I'm like, you know what? These kids are out of line. Where are the parents at? They shouldn't be up this late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're unsupervised at this
Yeah.
thing. Like,
How did they leave Kevin several times?
Yeah, it's like what? Like, yeah, you watch these movies and you're like, okay, these parents are terrible. Like, there's no way these kids should be able to get away with this. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it never
yeah,
even
yeah.
crossed your mind as a kid. Yeah, of course the kid saved the world. Of course, you know what I mean. Like, that's just like, okay, these parents are idiots, kind of thing. And you're like,
Yeah.
So and that's one thing that I recognized when I started watching these shows again. I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
different perspective.
You're like, these kids suck.
Do you ever have that
Yeah.
weird moment too where you're watching those where you're like, as a kid, you're watching them and you're like, dude, their parents are like 55 years old. And then you go back and rewatch it now and you're like, dude, they're probably younger than I am in this movie.
That's a
Yeah.
great point.
You're like, these parents are 19.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I noticed about myself is like, as a kid, wouldn't even thought about it. It's like, yeah,
Or-
that's perfectly fine.
How about when you're growing up and you watch like older like shows with like older characters, like high school age kids?
Oh my
When you're
God.
like in middle school or whatever,
Yes.
and you're just like, dude, what's it like to be a high schooler? Oh my gosh. And then you look back now and you're like, they have 30-year-olds playing high schoolers.
Yeah,
Like,
Dude,
For sure.
Grease?
yeah.
You ever watch Grease?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone's shaving, dude.
There's 45-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
And jackets and rolling around in Model Ts and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
all kinds, like all those types of things. Yeah, for sure.
Another one on that same lines is like as a kid, you see these football players or professional athletes or college athletes, and you're like, these guys are so old. They're so old and big and strong. And now you watch football, watch college football, you watch professional football.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like all of these guys, all of them are 10 years younger than
Yeah,
me.
you're like, hey, this kid's
Yeah.
gonna be
10
good.
years younger minimum.
This kid's gonna have a good
You know what I
career.
mean? But I still think because they're huge, like they're still larger than life figures.
Yeah.
But they're younger than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's along the same lines. But yeah, my number, what number is this? 3?
Yeah.
Identifying with parents in really any movie, but kids movies or Disney movies.
Yeah.
I
Also,
dig it.
Kevin McAllister's parents, they
needs to be a call.
Yes.
Somebody's got to call DCF.
Child services.
Are you kidding me? Twice?
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah. And the police are like, "This ever happened before?" They're like, "No."
Dude, Donald Trump had to save him on that one time.
Exactly.
Is that how it went?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Something like
did?
that.
Yeah.
It's something like
He
that.
helped them in the lobby, dude.
Yeah.
He was giving them directions.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
It's Lost New York.
All right, my number two.
Number 2.
Two-term president.
This one hit me the other day. I when I stay in hotels for work, stay in like pretty nice hotels. Like, and one thing that kills me is like almost nowhere does they do hotel breakfast anymore. Oh, hot breakfast
Okay.
or continental breakfast.
Really?
You got to pay for stuff.
Yeah.
And
You're
like
staying in the wrong
this
places,
most
man.
recent hotel I stayed at, that's what I'm saying is like I'm staying at hotels that are more expensive than I'd pay for out of my own pocket. So like in my head, I'm like, oh, you gotta have the food included.
Mm.
Nah, they're trying to get everything. Like this hotel I was at, I bought the breakfast package
Okay.
on the company dime. It was like,
Yeah.
and it was like $25. I'm like, oh, this is about to bang. This is gonna
Mhm.
be a banger. I get down there and the lady's like, oh yeah, there's our breakfast bar. You can pick one hot item and one drink. And it's like a fridge of like Gatorades and Starbucks drinks.
Mhm.
And the hot items are like the Casey's or the Quick Trip, like to go sections
Little
that you just
sandwiches.
pick out of the fridge and then you hand it to this lady
Yeah.
and she goes behind the door and microwaves it for you and brings it back out. I'm like,
Ah.
yo, dude,
Yeah.
what?
You're like, no, I want the bin I can open. It's got eggs. It's
Yes.
got bacon stacked on
Yes.
bacon.
But and dude, there's only been like 2 hotels I've stayed in the past year that are like they have the spread, the eggs, the
Really?
Yeah.
the sauces, the bacon,
That was the
everything
best.
else.
Dude, I don't think I've
Everything
been to
else
one.
just doesn't do it, or they
Wait, the upgrade to it kind of thing, or
no dog. They'll
It's
just
not
like
at
you
all.
buy it, come buy it.
really?
Yeah,
That's something when we go
By
on
the piece.
vacation, and maybe it's just because we're on the cheap. I don't know, but that's what we're looking for in a hotel. So it's one less meal you gotta
Yeah.
buy,
100%.
especially with kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's it. I don't think I've ever been. I don't think I've been to one. Maybe
You get to choose?
Chelsea, like my wife always books it, so maybe she's like always like specifically looking for that.
I know
so
we
maybe
are.
that's what it is. So
I guess
don't
I need
think
to
I've-
look more. But also, I've been to hotels that don't validate parking.
wow.
To keep your car in their parking lot, you have to pay.
hmm
And it's like, well,
That's wild.
I'm paying this. Like, I'm living here for
Yeah.
a day
yeah.
or two.
Well,
Dude.
where's that money?
Yeah, no, this is on top.
They're charging
You're
for
on weird.
everything.
Yeah, you're on weird sites or something, man. I don't know.
I haven't ran into this. I haven't ran into this, but I understand.
Well, but
Everything-
how often do you guys stay in hotels?
Not. I mean, a few times a year.
Handful of
Yeah,
times.
a few times a year. So yeah.
I'm staying in hotels way more than you guys.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What parts
yeah.
of the like you're in like the Midwest though, right?
Kansas,
all Kansas?
yes, and Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas,
Oh,
Nebraska, Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I'll catch one every once in a while, but
I'm with you. I mean, I think I agree that's definitely annoying. I just haven't personally experienced it.
because
Bro.
also, dude, when I'm on the hotel, like, hey, calories don't count in the hotel room.
That's
I'm
just
about
science.
to pig out on some powdered eggs and 45 sausage links. That
Oh,
way I
you're
don't got to
tak-
eat lunch.
You're
Oh,
taking it back to your room? You don't eat down in the
oh, no, I'll eat it down there.
okay, but then you're
It's just in a hotel in general, calories don't count.
Mm.
oh, okay.
I mean, that's again, this is what science says.
Yeah, it's science. dude.
That's
It's science, dude. Once you get over the 4th floor, it's science.
All right, number 2. That was number 2.
Yep, number 2.
What you got?
So mine, it's something I always noticed people doing, but it's when you get in and out of a chair and you make the noise that.
Or you have to like you can't just like sit up, like you gotta swing up.
Yeah, or just sitting down, stretching.
Are you doing that?
I've caught myself starting to do it,
Oh no.
and it's not like I'm in pain, I think it's just like there's
It's a
a
rite
there's a
of passage
setting.
at
There's
this
a
point.
setting in my system that's like
That clicks on, man.
that it's clicked.
When you hit that XP level, it's unlocked.
Because I'm fine, man. Like I'll get up and down, but there's times I'm noticing we're like,
What about stairs?
No, I don't think I'm.
Stairs get me.
See, and again, I'm not paying. My dad does. My dad's always done. I think that's where I got it. Like again, I'm not in pain. I'm same as you.
You're just
I'm not
making
hurting.
noise?
Yeah, I was like,
For the sake of it.
dad going down the stairs, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know why.
Beatboxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the craziest thing because I'll be at my house.
Now that you say that, my dad's like, oh shit, like he's like getting down or like he's running. Shit. Yep, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing it just as
Yeah,
salute.
let's see if you can
That's a good
catch me
one.
on it sometime. I
That's a
don't
good
even
one.
know I'm doing it. You know.
All right, we're about to get out of here.
Yeah. I like that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just thought of another one.
That's a good one.
So yeah.
That's a good one.
So yeah, my number 2, making noises when you're getting in and out of chairs and things.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. So this is my number 2 is the callback to what you said earlier. So this is this happens actually in hotels also mostly. It's realizing that your kids do not understand live TV. Like they don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
And that's so like we're at the hotel and they're like, hey, turn on Bluey or whatever they want to watch. And we're like, oh, it's not on. And they look at you like,
They're like, you just always turn it on.
I get it. It's not on now, but you push the button, like you turn it on. Like,
Yeah.
like no, it's not on. Like it's not on. There's no channels. It's not on. And they're like, what? That's not what do you mean? We have the idea of like where I wanted to watch a show as growing up, like it had to be on TV scheduled at a certain time. That's the only time you could watch it. Our kids don't get that, right? They don't understand like because of the on-demand streaming that they have, they don't understand like the concept of live TV for their shows. Like they understand sports. Like at least my son, like sports is only on at a certain time because it's live. But like a show is not live, so it's that
Dude.
concept. And then that's what you were saying about the
Commercials.
commercials.
I will get to that in a second. I want to piggyback on what you're saying right
Mhm.
now. Have you ever showed your kids the TV Guide channel that scrolls slowly?
Man.
In a hotel, probably.
Next time, do it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I was trying to explain to my kids, like we did this in the like they're
Yeah.
like turn on. I'm like, all right, turn on TV Guide channel. And like, what's that? I'm like,
Yeah.
turn it on. I'm like, so what do we do now? And luckily, it was one of the ones like the OG ones that would
Yes.
scroll.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, so this is how I was like, when you're a kid, you memorize your favorite channels like 8, 37, and 46.
Yes.
And so you'd wait, you'd get 8. Okay, I got that one. And you'd pick between the 3
Yeah.
of which one you wanted. And they're like, really? I'm like, okay, so let's just pretend dad's favorite channel is 32. Like, let's sit
Which was
here.
ESPN. Is that
Yeah,
why you said
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, you nailed it.
Yes.
But I was like, now we're going to sit here and we're going to see if we want to watch mom's favorite channel, which is whatever, made up number,
Yeah.
and dad's. And they're like, okay. And I was like, all right, are we ready? And they're like, okay. They're like, kind of like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fine. This is boring. And then I was like, all right, hurry up and go brush your teeth. And they're like, what? I was like, I got to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Like, but we got to wait. I'm like, yeah, do
Yeah.
you see the conundrums in life now?
Yes. And that's
You have to sprint.
dude.
And then you come back and you come back, you think you got it,
And you
and they're
missed
at 38, and you're like, oh, now you gotta wait till it gets to whatever and roll back in.
I like this game. Channel 64.
That's the Cartoon Network.
Yep.
I'm
Good
with
job.
you. I remember these. I remember
57.
these.
57.
Comedy
Ah.
Central.
57 is BET. Comedy Central is 58.
Oh, 50. Oh, where I grew up, 56 was BET. 57
Oh.
was Comedy Central.
Ah.
Oh yeah, you were in a different zone.
Yeah.
BET After Dark, baby. 56.
Oh, jeez. That's not open that can of worms.
51.
I don't know.
I think
All right.
that was a discovery. No,
I'm
it's-
done with
I
that
don't
game.
know.
I'm over that game.
No,
Jeez.
but that was funny. Like you're right about the OG slow.
The
'Cause
scroller.
The newer one you could
You can
choose
get
your
through.
own. Yeah. Exactly. And they call commercials. They call them ads.
Ads.
They don't
Yep.
call them commercials. They call
Okay,
them
yeah.
ads.
And also, my kids enjoy the commercials.
No.
Dude, brother. I'm telling you, even now on YouTube TV,
Yeah.
like all like, the Santa Claus 2 or whatever, we record it, but it's got the commercials in it. But you can fast forward the commercials. My kids, like we all sit down and watch, like Christmas time, watch the movie. They want to watch. I like start fast forward, like, no, Dad, no, I'm watching it. I'm like, this is an ad for a vacuum. You guys don't care. but they don't ever get commercials.
Exactly. That's the difference. You've been trained your whole life to like the commercials all the time when you run to the bathroom,
Right.
when you start the microwave, when you like
Right.
change your clothes,
Yeah.
get ready for bed.
Right.
They have not. Right? They
No.
they don't have the experience of commercials. So they're like, oh, this is something new,
Yeah.
cool. Like, yeah.
Also, dude, nothing started a fight quicker in my house when the commercial hits and like you have a game plan. Like I'd be with my sister. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get these snacks right here. You get the drinks or whatever. And like my job was always the worst job because I was the little brother, so she would just bully me around. And then the number one cardinal rule of this is when the show turns on, you have to scream as loud as you can.
Yes.
It's on.
Yes, you got it.
It's on.
Yeah. No man
That
left
way,
behind.
that person knows
Yes.
either hey, abort task, or like sprint, like let's
Yes.
go, get it together.
Abort the mission.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing started a fight faster when you'd roll in. You got like the nachos
Yeah, like-
for like you guys to share,
Yeah.
and that they're just like
It's like, bro,
watching like
you didn't tell me it was
what,
on?
you're not even gonna say anything.
It's on for
Yeah.
5 minutes. You
Yeah.
didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Like and like, well, all you missed was it. I'm like, I don't care. Now I'm missing this part. Oh yeah, dude.
That's funny.
Doesn't that seem like a
I-
bygone era though? Like appointment, like if I ever see an advertisement now where it's like NCIS Las Vegas on at 7 p.m. and you're
How
like,
bad was
what?
TV back then? I've watched one of those NCIS. Like, dude, we used to
Yeah.
tune in. My mom loved it, and now you watch, it's like the guy's like, looks like he cashed his last check. Who are you?
Yeah.
You're just like, this
Yeah.
is so
Well,
bad.
they didn't have to compete, or they had to compete with less things. Therefore, they didn't have to be as good. Like to grab eyeballs now, you better be really good
right.
to
Yeah.
grab eyeballs. Like they had to compete, but not they had to compete with as much as you do now.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was just like on Thursday night at 7. Like,
Dude.
that's the time. Like,
yeah.
So I'm glad,
Yeah,
I'm
four
glad you
things.
brought this up. Let me ask you something I was thinking about the other day. So TV now, I feel like you can make classic TV shows. Like today, there can still be some like very popular, like, you know, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, all the, what's something, like the White Lotus is like
Hold
really
on.
popular.
When you say classic, what do
Yeah,
you
what do you
mean? Because when I think of classic, I don't think of any of those. Those are like modern. Those change the game.
yeah.
I think of classic like
Breaking
30-minute
Bad or
spots, Friends, 30-minute spots where every week it's from start to finish is a story,
Yeah.
beginning to end, and then next week, new story, and then next week,
Sein-
NCIS.
Seinfeld.
There was a murder, something happened at the end of the show, the case is solved. Next week, new
Yeah.
murder,
House.
and they never call back like, "Hey, do you remember that time when the like
Yeah.
normal humans?"
Well, I'm
would.
just saying, like when you say when you say like, hey, the most popular or the most classic, maybe classic's not the right word or what I'm trying to say, but the most popular TV shows ever, right? Like what do you say? Friends, Seinfeld, depends on the era that
Simpsons,
you live in. Sure, Simpsons, you know, Breaking Bad would be on there.
South Park,
The Sopranos,
Sopranos,
right? Like all these,
But Sopranos was HBO though.
sure, but it's still in that arena.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I feel like we're still making those types of television shows where like they will be a cultural reference. They will be a pop culture,
yeah, of course.
right? I don't
Yeah.
feel like we can do that with movies anymore. I feel like movies, we just kind of like gloss over. It's just like, oh, it's a good movie. I'm done with that.
It's because I thought we've addressed this in another episode. It's because movies like they're running out of ideas now, and they're kind of trash. Because Game of Thrones was a 40-hour long movie.
Sure.
Like that. That's how we like to consume our content. Most people, I would assume.
Yeah.
So like it's never gonna like movies. It's like pretty much like the final whatever
Yeah.
whatever Wolverine, X-Men, all that stuff is just all
Avengers.
remix of that because like you can't make those shows about it. It's like we'll just try to make some bangers and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Black Hawk Down. It's like we don't need 40 hours to tell the story. We'll make a banger of a movie in 2
Yeah.
hours and 10 minutes and be done with it.
See, I think you're right. I think you're actually absolutely right. I love my favorite stuff. Like TV shows I like TV shows better than movies because
Yeah.
I can get more. I get more of the story, more of the world.
The character development.
Yes, all of that.
And it doesn't have to be boring either. They can make it interesting.
Yes.
Yes, like the 1.5 hour to 2 hour like beginning end. It's fine, but it doesn't have the same cultural. It doesn't have the same impact on me. It doesn't keep me coming
Right.
back.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
Can
you're
movies now have that same impact that they did back? You know, we talk about Scarface and
Yeah, no, movies
And
now
The
I think are the
Godfather.
long form television.
Star Wars, like all these things. Can we make movies now that have that same impact? As
Well,
some
like
of
Star
those?
Wars didn't have that big. Like,
Yes, it did.
Yes,
I know, but it's
I know.
trash. But it's also
Yeah,
trash.
Dave thinks it's overrated.
I agree with Dave.
But that's my point. I think they're starting to figure out, like, hey, dude, like, again, it goes back to some of the things we talked about before, where we're like, where are we consuming this content?
Yeah.
Mostly at
Yeah.
home.
Yep.
Where do you have time? Like, I can start and stop something at any
Right.
point.
Yep.
I don't have to be in a
I don't,
theater to do
I don't
this.
think anyone disagrees with you.
Yeah, that
think
is
you're right.
this is something I thought
Yeah.
about, because
I think
like
you're right.
movies now, like, dude, like if some new movie comes out or something, like I'm watching like Den of Thieves 2. The first one was good. The second one's like pretty good, but it's like I'll watch it and I probably will never think about it again,
Mm.
right? And it's like, and I'm not at work, like, dude.
But
Den of
also,
Thieves
like,
2?
but also like the amount of content that we
Yeah.
are consuming now, like back before, like, you didn't have that much content, right? You didn't have all
Yeah.
this stuff you could be constantly
Right.
watching. So like the movie was it, right?
Yeah.
It was, and it was a
Like,
phenomenon.
what movies
Everyone was
out this
doing
weekend?
it. Yes,
We're
everyone
all
was
talking
watching
about
it.
it.
Now, like a movie is like a little tiny blip on the radar compared to the
All the-
hours and hours and
right.
hours of content that you're consuming.
Mhm.
So it's not going to have the same impact as it being like 3% of your content, where it used to be 50%. You know what I mean?
Was
Like,
this
Yeah.
form of television?
yeah,
You know what's funny? Speaking of that, is like I remember having a conversation with my dad about how like people are always on their phone nowadays, and you kids are always on your phone. Is that which number
Yeah.
one is hilarious because like
And we're
old people are also always on their phones.
hmm
But I made the point to him because like I was like, dude, you guys did the same thing. It's just different material.
yeah.
And like you look at like these old photos, like I love like they have like the subway. Everyone's reading a newspaper, and like now everyone's. I'm like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
It's
see
just
the dad at the breakfast
Yeah.
table back
the
in the
stuff
day.
we watch is
newspaper.
way cooler than the stuff
Yeah.
you guys used to.
and it's
read.
I mean it's
Lazy
infinite.
Dogcast.
It's infinite.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, so that was my number 2, which was like basically realizing your kids don't understand like live TV and all the things that go along with it.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 31.
Number 1.
My number one, full disclosure, I kind of wish now I would have put my kids. The new generation is sloppy, and I like to complain about all of them. I wish that would have been my number 1 after how much you guys agreed with me. But my number 1 is I will not wear. I will choose comfortable shoes over like
Oh, I was waiting for this to come
designer
out.
cool shoes. And like I think I have found some shoes like the shoes I am wearing right now. No free shout outs. But I think they're pretty stylish for like tennis shoe running shoes.
Yeah.
And they're extremely comfortable. I'll
Mhm.
never wear another this is like the pair of shoes I'm gonna buy forever. But like I'm not gonna tell you because there's no free ads. If they want me to give them a shout out, they could pay for the
Pop
they could pay
those
for the
dogs
spot.
on the table, man. Let's see
But-
what you're working with.
I will say, like, I have a brand new pair of Nike Air Max, like all white Air Maxes
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
that I like a lot, and they look good. I've worn them 3 times because after 20 minutes, my feet kind of hurt, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, this isn't worth it.
Mm.
You know?
Sure.
So I won't like. Yes. But like, I that's only shoes because I'll choose like there's plenty of fashionable clothes
Yeah.
that are also comfortable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like you don't have to sacrifice for that. But like
Yeah.
shoes, like you like women all the time, like, oh, my feet are killing me, but they should like. I'm just like, nah, I'm team not doing that ever.
I'm glad you chose this one. I haven't hit that point yet, but yeah, you like, old heads at work and stuff, man, always sitting around like they talk about a new pair of shoes or something they got, you know, they're like, that's the first. They're not like, yeah, man, these are tight, you know, they're this and that. I can run them
They're
out. It's
so
like,
comfortable.
bro, these are the most comfortable shoes, and they'll be talking about that
Yes.
shit for 20 minutes.
Comfort. I
And
also
I'm
think
like-
I also think like I am kind of a product. Like it might not be as bad for everyone because like I had to have foot surgery. I have wide feet. I have no cars on my knees. I have compressed spine. So like
a big
if
deal.
everything starts from the feet, the rest of my body feels better. But I used to just not care. I used to not like I'll have back pain and knee pain and be like, yeah, but these whatevers
Mhm.
are dope. You know,
Yeah.
these Air Maxes, these cowboy boots. I used to wear cowboy boots all the time. Now I'm like, kind of like wearing the comfy shoes instead.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Not on fire take, but it
okay.
deserves to be up there.
Go ahead.
So my number one is closed captions on TV.
Yes. I have.
Like you use them?
Oh yeah.
I use them on almost
Yeah.
every. If it's a show that like I need to know, well, yeah, all of them, pretty much every single show.
So-
I have captions.
So
I have
my
captions
my
on.
journey of closed
100%.
I'll say my journey of closed caption started with, all right, we got a bunch of kids around. We're trying to watch a movie together. People are asking questions. People are, my back hurts. Well, I want to drink, blah, blah. And it's like, all right, dude, hey, okay, yeah. And then you can't hear anything, right? So it's like, all right, I'm reading it, so I'm still following along. The kids then go away. You still got it on the screen. And you're like, okay, yeah. Like, I can't hear what that guy's saying. Something like,
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
And then like a little time goes on. And then like you're somewhere where the closed captions aren't there anymore. And you're like,
You start relying on it.
yeah, you're
Mhm.
relying upon it, man. And it's like,
So you go closed caption for everything now?
oh yeah, the
Pretty
one,
much.
the
And
one.
you do too?
Not sports, like
I was gonna
TV
say,
shows
yeah.
and movies.
Yeah.
sports closed captions not good. It covers up like the whole screen. You
It's-
can't
and
see
it's late.
anything.
It's like
Yeah.
it's late.
It's
Does it bug you if you go watch a show somewhere and the closed caption is not on?
I don't think so. I think it's just more of a setting in my home.
Because I like on the flip, like if someone comes over and they're not a closed caption guy, but you are, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, we gotta deal with these words on the bottom of the screen all
Nah.
the time."
I'm not really in that scenario, right? Because if you're at somebody's house most of the time, it's like for a party or something.
Mm.
It's most time you have like a game on or something like that you're not really watching. I'm not like I'm not like a lot of people's houses like watching
Yeah.
TV and movies, right? So not really, but yeah, definitely in my house. Like if it's off, I'm immediately noticing like, oh, dude, the
See,
closed caption went off.
I 100%. I'm with you. I use those as well. However, I don't think it belongs on this list at all.
Really?
I don't think it belongs on this list.
You don't
I
think that's
think-
an old thing?
No.
I don't. I think it's a crutch now. I think it's a crutch that people
Well,
have. That
I
I feel like what you like when I don't have it on. I feel like I can't. What's going on?
Yeah. What that guy say?
Yeah, I feel like I got myself used to this now, and now like I have to
Yeah.
have it.
But I also
I
know
don't think it's an old person thing.
I don't think it is either because I also know like teenagers. Like
Yeah.
I watch shows with teenagers. Like I'll be like talking to somebody like, "Oh, I'm watching." I'm like, "Oh, me too." And they'll turn it on and they have the closed captions on. I'm like, "Yo, hold up, you use closed captions?" Like, "Yeah, you don't." I'm like, "No, I don't."
Well, think about it though. All TikToks, YouTube Shorts,
Words are
what's-
everywhere.
What is it? It's right on
True.
there. I think I remember seeing an article about like why is everybody using closed captioning now? Like I really think it's not
Dang.
it's a phenomenon that we have gotten used
Do
to
you
it.
think?
I'm
And
back,
now we're-
bro. I'm a young guy.
Dude,
Yeah,
do you
there you
think
go.
like
man again.
do you
Wow.
think like movie directors like Scorsese is like,
Oh, he'd be,
how
I'm
dare
sure they'd be
you
so
he'd be
mad.
words
Yes.
on my
I'm sure.
screen?
But if I do go to the theater like once every 2 years, I'm like, where are my captions? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not a big closed caption guy. I use closed captions with shows with accents,
okay.
like Peaky Blinders.
Like,
Like,
You gotta have closed caption.
I
Peaky
would,
Blinders.
I would like, well, but also here's the
Good
caveat.
take.
Like, I would watch it like because my wife would just go to bed, so I watch it, and she could sleep through, in a train station. So like the TV would be loud
She's
enough.
always asleep.
So she's always sleeping, big
Yeah,
sleeper.
big
So
sleep.
I'd be watching
out.
it. I'd be watching it, and it would be like they'd start shooting up the place or whatever, and she'd be like, "Yo, can we turn this down?"
Yeah.
But I had to have it loud so I could understand
yeah.
them. So like then I started watching it downstairs so I could listen to it
Mhm.
like on 100. But and then I'm like, well, I want to like lay in my bed.
yeah.
So I would close caption that. So anything with an accent, I close
Fair
caption.
enough.
But closed guys are options too. Like music or something comes on, and it's like
Sing along.
Fireworks by Katy Perry is playing, right? And it's like, okay, now I know the name of that
And
song.
and
I'm
certain-
learning too.
Certain things
right?
I wouldn't have heard. Like it'll say,
Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude.
Was that just a bad example?
Yeah, take that back.
If I would have said Metallica or something, would you feel better?
I don't know, but that was that was dumb.
Come on, man. Am I wrong? If a song's playing and it'll tell you the title of the song and the singer,
no, you're right.
and I'm
So-
like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because you didn't know Katy Perry Fireworks.
I mean, I do that one. But
Okay, was that a bad?
that's
Okay,
a bad
like-
yes, that's what I'm saying.
This
That's a
is
bad one.
21 Pilots,
Heathens.
One Republic.
Stone Temple
There you go.
Pilots.
Yeah.
One thing I'll notice, it'll say like some things I won't hear. Right? It'll say engine revs.
Yeah.
And I literally did not hear that at all. Or I'll hear like gunshot. I'm like, I didn't hear any gunshots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So some of the stuff that's more subtle, it'll actually like, it'll tell you. And I didn't hear or
Footsteps
notice
from
that.
behind.
Yes.
You're like,
for
ooh,
sure.
you're like almost there.
For
You know, it's
sure.
like you're reading a book.
I'm opposite.
Yeah.
I actually was watching a show the other day, and I was like, I'm really into it, and it said something. I was like, what'd they say? And I rewound it a little bit, and I said it again. I'm like, what? Turn it up. I rewound it like 8 times. I'm like, what is it? And finally, I'm like,
Hit those CCs, dude.
turn it on.
The CC.
And I'm
Hit
like,
the CCs.
I'm like, oh, that's what he said. I thought it was like, wait, I'm like, all right.
yeah.
The other day, I actually, instead of going to the subtitles, I went to the spoken word and changed it.
Okay.
The kids changed to something on accident. And now the spoken word was in like Chinese. It was in like Mandarin.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can-
so it's dubbing.
It's dubbed. Yeah, you
Dude,
can like dub it. You
There
can
is a
change the actual-
downfall to closed captions where, like, let's say, like I was watching like Shogun, you know, on FX.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, yeah,
they're,
I
they're
watched-
switching back
I
and forth
used-
between Japanese and English and like 4
Oh.
other languages.
Yeah.
Well, they're already putting the subtitles on there, but so you can read it. Well, then the
Oh.
other
It'll
subtitles
cover
are
it
on.
up.
So it's like,
It's
Yeah.
covering. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
chaos.
true.
So that's one of the downsides to
gotta
it.
be
Dude, but
smarter.
also that's why I like shows in your home, in your house, because to your point, I did the same thing. I'd have the subtitles on so I could see what was being said, but then they would put subtitles on because it was like part of the
Yeah.
cinematic effect.
Yeah.
I would rewind, turn my closed caption off, watch it tight, pause it, closed caption back on. Dude, I'm okay. Like,
That's a lot of work. Man.
I don't care. I'm in my
Dang.
house.
yeah.
You're
I don't
invested.
care, dude. Yeah, I'm invested in this show. I want it how I want it.
Yeah.
Give it
Okay.
to me how I want it.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Also, hey, one more
Is that
thing.
Burger King?
Closed captions. The first time I saw like a huge divide was Squid Games,
Oh.
because it was a big thing. Like, are you closed captioning it, or are you
Dubbing
turning
it
it
in
to
English.
Are you dubbing it to
Subbed,
English?
not dubbed.
Is that what it
That's
was?
a big thing in the anime community. Do you watch it in the original language with the subtitles, or do you watch it dubbed, which is like dubbed over in English? Also,
Yeah.
in the Quiet on the Western Front, that movie, the war
Yeah.
movie, World War One, it's in German.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like specifically in German, not dubbed. It's German
Right.
with subtitles. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I probably I'm more of a dubbed person. Probably like when they dub it over top. I think I'd rather have that than read this.
You know what sucks is I watched the first Squid Games, and I forget if I was closed caption or dubbed. I'm pretty sure I was a closed caption guy because I wanted the emotion
Actual
of their
emotion.
voices.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Stuff.
fair too. Yeah.
But then
I
on
agree.
Squid Games 2, I dubbed it, and I was like, did I do this right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's over now. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
I can't get into dub stuff. Like it
Dubstep?
well, I can get into that, dude. Yeah.
I don't like dubstep.
No.
It's for them kids.
What about house music? Yeah.
You know what I don't understand about music like that is I had a buddy I worked with that's like all he listened to, and I'm like, so you don't ever listen to country or rap or rock anything? He's like, no, this is like it. I'm like, well, like I have a favorite genre too, but when I'm vacuuming the house or cleaning the dishes,
Yeah.
with my, I put some country on,
Or it's you're
or early in the whatever. He's like, no, always dubstep.
It's not. You're not married, right? You don't have to like exclusively listen to.
Yeah.
You're married to this.
Yeah,
You have
dude.
to married to this.
There's also times in the
Genre.
morning, man, like 6:30 in the morning. Like that's too early for that music.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
you
the
gotta wake
Is
up a little bit.
I was training him, and so I had to sit in his car and like make him drive me around all day. And it's like, I'm like literally, he picked me up. I'm like, bro, it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's 7:30 in the
Can
morning.
Can we just sit
dog.
in silence?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm with closed captioning as your number one.
Mhm.
I don't think it belongs on this list,
Awesome.
but
I don't know if that makes me
I don't know if it's good
feel
or bad,
better or
but
worse.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that one.
I think you're opening the convo for others.
There you go.
Yeah. I got rebounded from hymns.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know. All right, my number one. Realizing that your style hasn't changed for over a decade, and I there's for most men, they hit a certain age, and their style will never change forever, and it's just the same. And it's like you hit this thing, and it's like this is what you're gonna wear, and they're wearing that exact same style for the rest of their lives. Women are like this. Women will go with the style.
Yeah.
Men will hit an age. Most men will hit a certain age, and they're like,
Yeah.
this is it. I'm not changing. I don't care what happens with the style.
Dude.
I don't care what happens with it. I want to wear it like our dads, like the stereotypical dad, like the the white New Balance or whatever shoes, and in the jean shorts. It's like that hasn't been in forever,
Dude.
but he's still rocking it.
You smacked me in the face with this one. Because like when you're talking, I'm like, I know what you're talking about. I am absolutely not that guy. I know good in fashion.
Because you said it. You said it earlier. I'm like, this might be a little bit a thing earlier, but
however, I'm real big into like short sleeve and long sleeve button ups, and I'm like, shit. I think I'm just gonna wear these. I literally thought the other day, like, I think I'm just gonna like wear this type of shirt the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because it looks good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, actually,
I would say to Dave's point, I think about this all the time in church when you see the dudes like wearing the suits and stuff. Again, they're trying to look nice or whatever, but it's like the baggy around the ankle. They're like bunched up, right? Like they're too long. Yeah. Like everything's like loose and it's not like form fit. Because you can get a nice suit. Like I see you in suits and stuff, man. Like, you're looking sharp, bro.
Something to Mike Taylor, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get you right.
But you see those dudes the older dudes, like they're never gonna change. They're gonna have that suit the rest of their life.
How about like they're wearing the AJ Hawk, Michael Jordan, like like those suits, like they're hella baggy. Yeah.
Dude, I 100% agree that you are not this. But I think I've seen it enough in the world.
No, you're right.
That's why it's my number one.
Yeah.
And again, it's not women. Women do not do this.
You're right. And we were in Chicago with my parents and some other family friends from back home. Like we all met up for something, and all the dads are in the corner, and they're all wearing the same. It's like a uniform, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And so you're 100% right.
Yeah, they have jeans. Some will wear the jeans with the belt,
jean shorts,
golf shorts,
shirt tucked in.
My dad's a big golf shorts,
whatever it is.
Shirt tucked in.
Might be that like your dad has the same outfit every single time I see him.
Yep.
He loves it.
Standing on business, bro.
Again, I'm not hating. He's like, I don't care. I like this.
Right.
The way it looks, the way it feels, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Love it. I respect it. And like for me, these dry fit shirts, I don't know when it was, maybe like 10 years ago. I was like, I love these shirts.
I love these shirts.
I literally just find it. I maybe switch brands, but it's the exact same shirt, just different color. And they fit well. They're comfortable. I can be athletic in them, like whatever.
Athleisure.
that is my style.
Athleisure.
100%.
I would love to see, we just roll up on Dave one day and like he pranks us and he's wearing like loafers and he's got khaki shorts and then he's got, what else are you imagining him in? Like that's way outside of his style.
You're describing like Carlton?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see Colin, Colin, I agree. Colin has a good style. He's good. Every time I see him, I'm like, I can't pull that off. I can try to do that. And I'm like, nah, I'm just going to stick with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like getting a long sleeve shirt like last year, that was like a big change. Like it was a big style change for me. I got joggers, changing to my sweats. I guess that was also like
because you had like
step.
the big baggy sweats.
Yes, that was a big step for me, guys. Okay, so
you just made that switch last year?
Maybe when we were playing in the same when Murph was on our team, basketball team, whenever that was, that's when I made that switch.
I
noticed. I never noticed before.
You switched up your shorts too at some point, right? Because I caught you outside one day and you had a pair of K-State shorts on and you look like LeBron.
Yeah,
you look like LeBron
true.
in 2002.
Allen Iverson,
yeah,
dog.
dude. And I was like, damn, Dave, those shorts are
but
big.
Some of
man.
that's just like I can't. They don't make that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
I was gonna say, I got some hella baggy shorts that I wear around the house.
Hey, if I put those on now, it feels weird, dude. I'm like, these are.
Yeah. So that's anyway. Yeah, that's number one.
That's
dude.
a good number one.
Again,
good
like,
observation.
I don't know if I'm quite there. I'm still a little bit more open, but for the most part, it's pretty set. Maybe some trimming around the edges, but eventually, all guys hit the point where this is my style. I'm rocking.
Yeah,
it's funny. I did think of one more honorable mention while we were talking, and it was the switch from bragging about spending money to bragging about saving money.
Yes,
it's like a literal 180 degree flip flop.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, you're like, bro, I got these new shoes. They're like 150, 200 bucks. Like you're bragging about how much money they spent.
Oh yeah.
But now it's literally the opposite. You do not, if you got something cool or nice, you literally, what's the first thing you say about it? I got a great deal.
Get a great
I
deal.
saved
You got
so much money.
Fishing for the deal.
Like nobody ever is like,
All right.
If you pay full price
Nobody.
for something, you're gonna get roasted.
nobody's ever like, hey man, I just spent $50,000 on my car.
Yeah.
Like
'cause
no one says
right.
that. No one.
You know what the woman equivalent is this?
What?
Of this is? Bringing a dish to a get together, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing!" Like, "Oh, it's so easy. Let me give you." It's like I told Teresa, I'm like, "Tell everyone that you spent hours on this,
Yeah.
and everyone will appreciate that much." She's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah," and every woman does it.
Yeah.
Anytime all of our wives and all our friends get together, like, "Oh my gosh, this is so," like, "Oh, it's so easy. It's just this."
Oh,
and
it's
this
from a
and-
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4 ingredients, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4.
I guess maybe it's just the idea of like humility. You get older, you don't want to be braggy. You don't want to be like arrogant or I don't know what
you
it
don't
is.
want to go, hey, work's going pretty well. And
Yeah, like I just don't know what it is, but like that.
My wife still hates when we do that.
Yeah.
She hates it.
it's,
it's
does
not
she
dead
still
yet.
not get it?
It's not dead
No,
yet.
she gets it.
Okay.
But she just doesn't like
My
it.
favorite is when people outside of our group start saying that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, different people. Like, I think I caught Miles saying it one day.
Yeah.
I got one with thinking about your wife. The big sleep is a great.
The
nickname.
pigs.
Big sleeper.
I think that's what I'm for the rest of the time. if I refer to your wife on the podcast,
I like calling people nick. Like my
It's
favorite
gonna be
name
that
is the war chief. She's the war
no war
chief.
chief.
Yeah.
Hey, let me check with the war chief real quick. Like everyone loves her.
Yeah.
T Mac, call her that a lot.
That's a cool name.
But big sleeper, dude. Hey, you can have that one. You can use it. She'll respond.
Big sleeper.
Hey, and you know what, dude? We got mini sleeper. My daughter Reagan.
Yeah.
She baseball tournament all weekend.
Mm.
Brother, she slept for 5 hours in the sun in a blanket in a chair. I'm like, this is a bit, right?
5
I'm like,
hours?
I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, this is a bit. Maybe not 5, 3, whatever.
Yeah, any amount of time.
Two little kid baseball games. You know,
Yeah.
hour. Yeah, so
Outside?
like, yeah, outside. I'm just like, look. I'm like, babe, this is a bit, right?
Big
Like
sleeper.
she's doing mini sleeper, dude,
Mini sleeper.
letting it rip.
I had a
Nice.
couple of honorable mentions. One of them, like my desire to meet new people and make new friends.
It's gone.
This is not there.
Yeah.
I need
I-
0 new friends.
I don't need it. I already have the friends I have.
Yeah,
I know the people I know. I don't need to know
Yeah.
anybody else.
I don't need any.
I'm
friends.
good.
I agree with you on that one. However, I've met you specifically
That's true.
within the last 5 years
yeah.
of my life, or ish, something like that.
Yeah.
So like that's
But
and even
no,
you,
that
Colin,
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
even you, Colin, has been like 7 years.
Yeah, but
maybe
neither
8
of these
years?
count. He's
They don't
talking
count.
about like finding new friends or like actively going
Like
to a
going
bar and
out
like,
of my
hey, what's
way.
up, buddy?
Okay.
We met by circumstance.
Yeah, I was gonna say we met because our wives were friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
You met him because we moved in next door to him.
Yeah.
And you were hanging out with me, and
Like
I was like, hey, this
Baseball
guy's
team.
cool.
He's on the baseball team.
Baseball team, whatever.
Like
yeah.
If Ashley came home and said, "Hey, I got this new girl at work, and she's really cool, and her husband, he's fun. Like, let's go over to their house and have dinner or whatever," I'd be like, "No, I don't need to know him. He could be the coolest." guy.
Does your wife try to pull that?
No, never.
I was gonna say.
No,
I was
I'm
gonna say
just-
the
this
type
is
thing
a-
about my wife is she's like, I don't like people. Either. So she's like, my circle's tight.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm good. Like that guy could be the coolest guy ever, and I'd be like, "Nah, man, that's just that's a pass for me."
That's funny.
You know what's weird is I don't want any new friends. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I talk to everybody, dude. I have conversations with anyone and everyone. I enjoy talking to people and conversing to people.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't want to carry this
Doesn't want to
further.
be your friend though.
Yeah.
We're not exchanging numbers.
Right. Yes. Like
My-
none of
see,
that.
I used to be my desire to even do that is like gone down where it's like I could be small talking with this guy, but I don't really want to.
No. Not small talk. Tiny talk,
Tiny
mini
talk.
talk, micro talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like small talking.
Okay.
I like holding conversations with
How's
people.
that weather?
Mm.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I like having conversations with people, but I don't want to. I'm with Dave. I hate micro talk, tiny talk,
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. So with small talk, I hate small talk. I invented tiny talk because small talk can like lead to more to small talk.
Right.
Tiny talk is specifically designed to end the conversation.
Yes.
Specifically.
When you brought this idea to me, I was like, "This is a genius."
So it's not a question. it's usually a statement or it's a very rhetorical question. So my go-to is like Monday, or it's already Wednesday, or like January's almost over, huh? Like stuff like that.
Can you believe it?
That's it. There's no response to that that's gonna like continue the conversation. Like it's literally just like, I'm gonna be polite to you and say something like,
Hey,
it's that time of year, huh? Yep. All right. See ya. I don't like that.
Speaking of that,
conversation.
have you ever heard the like when somebody's trying to end a conversation, when you've heard like that's crazy like 3 times?
Like
That's when you know you got to pick that up. Like, oh, okay, they're not interested at all in the story.
That's crazy.
What do you guys have a equivalent to? That's crazy. Or
My tiny talk, like my thing is when I like I have to, if I have to say something to someone, like I'm walking through the door, I say howdy, because it's not really used a whole lot anymore.
Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, howdy.
There's a snake in my boots.
And they're just like, hi, and I just keep walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Okay.
if someone answers, like, asks me a question or something, I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you
Because
go.
I'm with Dave. Like, don't want to talk to you, dude.
My again, it's just the time of the day, time of the week, time of the year, time of the month. Those are easy ones, and it literally doesn't matter. You can just adjust it slightly, and you can get it. So it's like, I said, like, oh, January's almost over already. Like, it's almost Christmas, or summer's here already. You know, it's so easy.
They've started the
So
conversation, and
No, it's just like, yeah, exactly.
You're in an elevator.
You're in the elevator. Like, hey, how are you? Like, we're good.
it's quiet. Somebody has to say something.
Hey,
Almost Friday, huh? Yep.
what would you rather do? Would you rather have small talk with someone on an elevator ride, or everyone's facing this way in the elevator and one guy turns around and stares right at you the whole ride, but doesn't say a thing? He's just standing backwards
That
on the
guy's
elevator.
mentally unstable.
Which would you choose? Small talk or silence?
Stared at me. Silence.
Give me silence,
Yes.
dude. Give me
Yeah,
silence.
for
Are
sure.
you the guy in an Uber where you're talking to the driver and
It
finding out
depends.
where he's from? And
It depends. Are we in a different town and I'm with my wife and we're having some drinks and we're going to have some dinner? Yeah, dude. Hey, turn that. Hey, let me get the aux cord, which also doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
But like other than that, get it. Request, please. I don't take a whole lot of Ubers.
So if you're in
but
town and you need a ride to the airport from an Uber or
don't
something,
talk to me. Also, don't talk to me unless I ask you a question.
Dang,
Unless I talk to you.
dang.
Like, hey, thanks for picking me up. What's up, man? But it's like, dude, it's like a taxi.
Mm.
Is how I feel it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure.
This is a good.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's some good stuff here. We're
Great
going on
stuff.
2 hours, so I think it's
Great
time
stuff.
to wrap it up.
It's all right.
Episode 7's in the books. We'll be back next time.
Was that a premature clap?
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing where the hymns commercials are coming from, dude. Hymns is all over, dude.
Sure, clap.
Where's my
Leave your
camera?
headset on.
Don't take that.
What happened?
Whenever I'm editing it, like signing out, everybody's like, it's like we're at the end of practice.
Not everybody. Not everybody. Not me.
Yes.
Check tape.
I'll check the tape.
Check tape.
It's like we're at the end
Cap?
of practice.
No
It's
cap?
like we're at the end of practice,
All cap.
and we can't. I mean, have like
Yeah,
a
right,
2-minute conversation, and
Cap.
all the kids taking off their helmets and their jerseys and everything.
Anytime
Does it
you try to
finish it?
close it down, I'm on one knee, not a butt, water bottle down, eyes locked, full heart, can't lose, dude. Hayner's the one over there trying to unclip his deals, trying to get his chin strap undone.
I was trying to give Dave some water.
All right, lazy doggers.
All right.
We appreciate you.
See ya next time.